Yeah. What's goody? What's goody? Let me get my cameras right. Let me get my audio right. Let me get all my shit together. There we go. A little bit to the there, a little bit more to the there we go. A little better. I don't want the light clashing with the light in front of me. I'm about to give up on this shit in a second. To be honest, I'm about to give up on this in a second. All right, that's cool. Yeah. Good morning. Please pardon. I'm gonna try to remind myself to drink as much water as possible while I'm on this live this morning. Shout out to DNA, man. Condolences as well to DNA. Get money, drink water, right? Because last night was mad real. Oh man, last night was real. Normally after a night like last night, I before I go to sleep, damn, I can hear it in my voice and all that. Before I go to sleep, I down like a gallon of water. You know what I'm saying? That's how me personally I avoid waking up with hangovers. You know what I'm saying? If I do a lot of drinking that night, like if I'm partying or whatever, we out and it's like drinks all over the place, boom, 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 boom. When I get home, before I close my eyes, down so much water. And normally that, you know what I'm saying? And when I walk through the doors, I just fell out. I fell out. So trying to rehydrate this morning. Hopefully, by the time I rehydrate this morning, move around a little bit, hopefully, my body will catch up with me and then I'll be able to get some gym work in. I got to go outside. I got to run a bunch of errands today. So I'm going to catch up with myself. But it's a lot. It's a lot that was going on last night, man. Jesus. What's up with everybody in the chat? What's up with everybody in the chat? I see um I tell people on here don't flirt with me, I flirt back. I appreciate you, Tiffany. Trap Bandicoot in the building. What's good, ARP? We're gonna talk about the intakes real briefly as well. It's going down right now as we speak. What's good, Trap? How you? New members in the building. Shout out to Kalunga Kalinago. Is that how I'm pronouncing it? Shout out to you for joining the channel, becoming a new member. Shout out to the existing members in here. I see y'all. Target teas is something you got to deal with. Is this one Target? I forget if this one is Target. It says, my level of sarcasm is based on your level of stupidity. I feel like this wasn't Target. This could have been like I don't know if they would sell this in Target. They might. You know what I'm saying? This one could be like Spencer's or something like that. I forget. Eat you a hearty breakfast. Yeah, that too. See, the thing is, I try not to eat before I train, so I'm kind of struggling with that standard. I'm gonna see how I feel within like the next hour or so. Oh, but I'm here to catch up. There was a lot of stuff that I saw. There's a lot of calls, a lot of text messages, a lot of DMs, a lot of things. I'm online. Even when you're on vacation, I'm still on vacation too. I'm still in full blown vacation mode. I got another hop, skip, and a jump coming up in 2 weeks, and then another one after that towards the end of November. So I still got 2 more joints that I'm gonna breeze through, have a good time. I'm still in vacation mode, but I can't stay where I was at forever. So come back real quick, sort things out, handle business, get some work in, and boom, I'm back out again. But even when you're away, like my phone is right there. Like I'm laying on the beach and shit and just still scrolling through my phone and see shit, you hear shit. My phone's still where I still get phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Like, still get text messages. And I'm sitting right there by on the beach or pool. It was what happened? Oh, it's crazy. Word, yeah, I'm out here right now. That's why you hear that wild ass music in the back. All right, let me call you back. You know what I'm saying? So don't think niggas be out the loop. That's why I said we got a lot to talk about. I'm not gonna rush this live. We got a lot of catching up to do. Shout out to Rare Breed Entertainment and the intakes. Day 1 was yesterday. Day 2 is today. If you are in Hampton, VA, pull up. Go to my Instagram or go to Lawrence's Instagram or go to Wing's Instagram or Twitter. Get the address off of the flyer. Pull up. I'm already getting videos uploaded to the channel. Battles uploaded to the channel. Y'all think I'm bullshit. And shout out to y'all intake folks, man. Yeah, we got y'all on YouTube. Trap Bandicoot versus Ghost is already uploaded. JDK versus King Madison is already uploaded. Hollywood Heme versus I Am Spoken is already uploaded. Kid Def versus Osiris is already uploaded. Drop the Ruler versus King Shadow is already uploaded. EAZ versus Beta MC is already uploaded. Shout out to Ruin Your Day. Yeah, I gotta pay Ruin Your Day, man. I gotta send some money Ruin Your Day's way, man. I gotta take care of the homies, man. They must get paid for their work. The event is going down today and yesterday, and already I got battles uploaded on the channel. ARP, can we get an entrepreneur and business blog, maybe for the members interested in learning from your journey? I wouldn't mind that at all. I feel like over the years, as I blog, I do share a lot of knowledge, a lot of personal opinions and keys to success. I got a real good one on my Instagram. Short and sweet. Let me try to see how much you got to scroll to find it. It's the 5 keys to success that I've ironed out for myself over the years, over a long period of time of being around certain people and having different levels of success and learning certain things, because you continue to learn. Let me find this thing. You don't gotta, there it is. You don't gotta scroll too far. It's on my Instagram. It's in kind of the area of where you see pictures for Divide and Conquer 2 on my Instagram. So you'll see like a picture of like me and Murder Mook, and a picture of like me and Avocado, and me and Uncle Ra. The event where I was wearing a black jacket, and there's a video there, and I got a gym hoodie on, and I'm pointing. Click that one. It's got 5 keys to success. I'll kind of break it down from my own personal experience in that video right there. But that's totally different than this right here. This right here, that what you're super chatting about, I could definitely get into some of that stuff. I've learned a lot over the years, man. So I could definitely share a lot. Absolutely. So I think that's a good idea. If I do a live like that, or a video like that, a blog like that, and 400 people watch, I'm just gonna be like, y'all really don't care. Y'all really just be here for the battle rap or the fuck shit or the sorry is true shit, and I'm out. So y'all make sure y'all let me know in the comments how much y'all want of topics. Period. Let me know. Let me know what y'all are into or what y'all want to talk about. Because sorry is true is not just battle rap. Let's start to get into things. I have a long list of topics. I want to touch on the Norbes case. I want to touch on Hollow the Don again briefly. I want to talk about contracts, something relevant. I want to talk about Caffeine doing battles. I want to talk about K-Shine briefly, something that I saw from Math Hoffa and Verb. I want to talk about the narrative of why URL remains quiet at times and doesn't speak out, etc., etc. So I just said like 6 topics. We're going to get into all of that. Once again, if you're in Hampton, VA, pull up to the intakes. It's going down. Go to my Instagram, peep the flyer, peep the address at ITSARP. Is my IG and my Twitter. The flyer is up there. It's pinned to the top of my Twitter. It's on my IG. The intakes is going crazy. Caution battles today. Speaking of caution, this guy sent the contract for another battle. Yes, there's bookings going on. All right, there's something going on in the background. I seen Jag talking shit to somebody. That might be under contract already. Um, Caution's battling today, and I think she sent her contract back to me already for something else she got going on coming up very soon. Um, Somebody that has the highest one of the highest viewed battles from Divide and Conquer 2 Blue Room event, or it already has a contract for me as well. That's signed, sealed, deposit done, and all that. So there's some stuff going on. There's some battles that's already locked in. We got some stuff coming up for y'all. Um, I wasn't sure if we was gonna close out the year with Max Out 3. Well, obviously that wouldn't have happened because intake 4 was already locked in. So it could have been Max Out 3 and intake, and then just glide into the holidays and just enjoy ourselves. Everybody stay on vacation. I'm damn sure on vacation. But yeah, some other stuff popped up and we got the contracts out. And you're gonna see some stuff coming up very, very soon. So yeah, there's some more work going on in the background. All right, those topics. I know y'all want to get into those. Like I said, I'm not rushing at all. I need to catch up from last night. Anyway, I rock with y'all, so please walk with me. We are not rushing this morning. Oh shit, last night was real. I got into trouble on Twitter. Before I get into all those topics that I listed off, I got into trouble on Twitter because I tweeted that Breaking Bad, um, it ain't that. And it kind of went downhill after season 2 and it was weak. And a lot of y'all got at me. A lot of y'all got on that Twitter thread, just like you're crazy, you're bugging. It's top 5 of all time. People like Avocado text message me, and he's just like Breaking Bad. What you talking? You know what I'm saying? So everybody started attacking me. You know what I mean? All right, I finished it. Yes, last night. Um, Before I went out last night, I finished it. Episode what 14, 15, or whatever, season 5. I'm not gonna fully backtrack. What I will say is I owe Breaking Bad more than what I tweeted. I will say that. It's a good show. Breaking Bad is good. That's as far as I'm going. Breaking Bad is not top 5 to me. It's not groundbreaking to me. I do realize that it's a very, very old show. So sometimes when like you watch a show that's 15 years old today, you have to account for the advances in things like, technology or screenplay, I guess, and whatnot. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote off some of those shortcomings when it comes to like I guess production and all that type of stuff. The story, the foundation of the story is beautiful. Um, this family man who wants to do the right thing in this world. He's just living a typical day to day routine, 9 to 5 routine as a science teacher. And he's just going through the cycle. He's in the matrix. Wake up, eat breakfast with family, go to work, teach a class, come home, have dinner, sleep, repeat. He's in that cycle, right? Develops cancer, has this mentality of let me earn some money to leave for my family, pay off the house, pay for my son's college coming up. My wife is pregnant. Let me leave some money for the and he gets into cooking meth, crystal meth. And the Breaking Bad title to me is because he gets into all these bad things. Of course, cooking meth is illegal, right? So, but his attitude changes, his reasons for doing certain things changes. He becomes a good guy slash villain. He starts putting hits on people. He's laundering money. He's responsible for murders. He murders people himself. Um, he gets into a lot of shit. He fucking he splinters his whole family. You know what I'm saying? He's responsible for his brother-in-law getting killed. All types of shit. So the Breaking Bad thing is true. The story of it, the foundation of it is, I love it. I love it. What I said on Twitter is that after season 2, it got weak. Season 3 and season 4, um, it had some good angles to it or to them. But I think I said on Twitter it got weak because there was just too much happening where I was just like, All right, man. I mean, y'all robbing trains and whatnot. Y'all pulling off all this MacGyver shit. Everything goes this man's way. You make a call, you call Saul, it's done. It gets done. You're getting out of hot water every 5 seconds. It's just it gets a little cheesy to me. The character development as well goes a little bit downhill. For example, the main character, Walt, Walter White, aka Heisenberg, right? His character, it kind of gets to a place where you're not sure how you feel about him. That's important. I know a show is a show, and I don't watch a show just for pure entertainment. I like the investment of things. That's where I really get into the directors and the writing and the production and the character development. I get deep with my series and my shows and my movies and stuff. And Walt, aka Heisenberg, Walter White, main character, his character gets in these places where by the time you get to season 3-ish or 4, you're like, you don't really care what happens to him. The investment into him, you lose because you're kind of sympathetic in season 1 and season 2. You're understanding his plight. Um, you're starting to catch or dive into the dilemmas at hand and whatnot. And then you just kind of just like he's just there to me, and he's just doing shit and going through the motions, and it's just like, all right, what you got coming up next? What path you going to next? You almost get to a point where you don't care if anything happens to him. That happens to Jesse as well. At one point, they're sitting there like, man, somebody just killed Jesse. He's a problem. He's just causing too much attention. Why is he being spared? This is stupid. In the real world, when you're in a um, a criminal life like this, and there's all these millions of dollars at stake, and you got the DEA running around on you, got the FBI investigating shit, you got this big drug lord over you at the time, Gus, you got the fucking Mexican cartel coming in, all this type of stuff. Jesse doesn't live. He gets killed right away. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, you don't just kill somebody right away in the show. Like, you develop things, and but the investment into Jesse is just like, it's just stupid of the stuff that he's getting into and why he's around, creating these issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, Walt has this investment into him, like Jesse's his child. You know what I mean? And it goes the other way around as well by the time you get to like towards the end of season 4 and season 5. Walt's wife. I'm speaking basically on like the top 3 to 4 characters. Walt's wife. The first 2.5 seasons, I loved her character. I peeped the switches. Like, there was a season early on where she's in mom mode. Then when, you know, she doesn't realize what's happening, but she knows her husband's a lie and all this type of stuff. And then she starts working at the tax office with her old friend, aka a boss that she starts sleeping with and everything, having an affair with. That season, they dialed her up. They got her cleavage out. She's makeup, long hair, and they got her looking pretty and everything like that. After that, she gives birth, like season 3-ish or whatever, 4. Then they bring her back into mom mode. By the time you get into like season 4 and season 5, well, she's damn near irrelevant. Like, there was a whole season, it could have been 5, where it's just like she's useless there, and she was developed as one of the main characters, Walter's wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm breaking all this shit down because when I tweeted that, I want y'all to understand, I don't just tweet recklessly. I really mean this shit. All right. So walk with me, we hanging out. But by the time you get to the point where it's just like she lost all her enthusiasm. She was somebody that was real strong. She was dominant in the household. Um, she was a big piece of the decision making of like, our kids are gonna stay here or they're not gonna stay here. Walt, you're gonna have to sneak around me and all this type of shit. I'm not dealing with this, and I'm doing this, and I'm paying off my old boss's taxes to make this move, and I'm the one that's laundering the money now. And we're not buying this; we're buying a car wash instead. She was so strong. By the time you get to like season 4, season 5, they put her in this type of realm where she's overly submissive. She's scared to death of her husband, and she's just like a mumbler. You know what I'm saying? She's just going with the flow. She's just weak. Like, her character turns into somebody that just creates, I guess, a reminder to Walt of why he's doing what he's doing. Even though the last episode he finally comes clean with that, right? As to why he did what he did. It no longer was about his family. That was dope. But the characters, Hank was dope. Um, he was a great actor. Saul was dope as well. The lawyer, great actor. Those are the 2 best actors to me. The brother-in-law, which is the DEA agent, and the lawyer, Saul. And I believe he has a spinoff show, which I'm probably going to watch next, because they both did the best jobs. I was waiting forever to see how it was going to really go down by the time Hank figured out that his brother-in-law was Heisenberg, aka the person that's responsible for this blue methamphetamine or this blue crystal meth out on the streets and shit and spreading up the coast and whatnot. I didn't like that. That pissed me off. It pissed me off how smart Hank was, yet how stupid he was about the real person, this real drug um um chemist underneath his nose. That's his fucking brother the whole time. He was smart enough to uncover Gus. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember when they brought Gus in for questioning and Gus wasn't under arrest? And before Gus walked out, he's like, "Oh, by the way, I could look into this because this business is linked into this and it's linked into the chicken store and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah." And Gus walked out of there like, "Oh, he was in the elevator. His hand was shaking. Like, oh shit, he got me. They on my ass." Hank is so smart, yet you got your brother underneath you. There was a times where y'all was going through the fucking paperwork and you saw the WW initials from Gabe, the other chemist, fucking partner to Walt. You know what I'm saying? He put WW and you let your brothers, sitting next to you talk you out of it in the room, talking about like, "Oh no, that's a poet's name or whatever." And you're reading through it and your brother is a chemist, right? You early, like season 1, season 2, you went to his class because you was tailing somebody that you knew was cooking up. And then you went through the inventory in his class and realized like all the the beakers and the glassware and whatnot and the Pyrex and all that type of shit that a meth cooker would use was gone off of his inventory. He guys buying new cars, you know what I'm saying? His treatment's being paid for, your treatment, your physical therapy gets paid for. It's just like, dude, are you smart? Or are you the stupidest person in the fucking world? It's your fucking brother. That pissed me off. So I was waiting to see when they finally, clash, what was going to happen. That was anticlimactic because that was one of the biggest pieces of the story to me. What's going to happen when Walt and Hank clash? You know what I'm saying? And fast forward, Hank dying, and not only dying, but dying in front of Walt. I think that was required to make the show stronger. I think that was required. I thought that was a good way to end Hank's character. Kill him in season 5 or whatever, and let him die at the hands directly or indirectly of his brother. You know what I'm saying? So that made sense. But then you let Jesse off the hook right there. Jesse gets saved last minute there. You know what I'm saying? Even though Walt tried to kill him. So anybody that gets to the end and asks themselves, was Walt trying to save Jesse this whole time? No, he tried to kill him right there in the desert. When his clique pulled up that he's paying off, the Nazi guys or whatever, they all had the swastika tattoos and whatnot on their necks or whatever. When his little posse pulled up, I just said the word posse. When was the last time one of y'all said the word posse? When his clique or his posse pulled up to put work in and catch his back because he gave him the coordinates on the phone, like, "Yo, pull up, I'm out here." You know what I'm saying? Like, when that happened and they found Jesse underneath the car, and he was like, "You still owe me that body right there. There goes Jesse. Get him." And he was about to shoot him in the back of the head because he was like, "Kill him." Walt said, "Kill him." And then it was the dude, the young dude, the nephew whose uncle it is that runs the order Nazi guys or whatever, that said, "Hold on, before we kill him, maybe we should take him back to the spot and get some information out of him. Like, let's interrogate him." You know what I'm saying? Walt green lighted that murder right there. So no, anybody that watches the end of that show, and I've seen some of that online, like this whole thing is built around him trying to always save Jesse's life. No, he tried to kill him in the desert. It's just that the nephew ended up saving Jesse. So it's a lot, man. Gus's character was okay to me. It was okay. The way they killed season 1 and season 2, like, I liked when it was like, I know you gotta grow because Walt grows as this meth cook and Jesse and the operation expands. So I liked when it was Tuco and he was dealing at the street level and everything, trying to figure out. I liked Tuco's character. And you had to get above that. But when you got above that, some of the shit just got cheesy. Gus's character at times was just a little, like, does he have an issue with the cartel or not? Flies into wherever to meet the cartel. He kills the whole cartel in one swipe by poisoning their drinks. And he drank the same poison, but he went to the bathroom prior to everybody getting sick and makes himself throw up to save himself. Come on. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I didn't just tweet that shit for nothing, y'all. I'm kind of like spilling my plight right now for anybody that was on my heels for that. But yo, Breaking Bad is good. That's all I could give it. It's good. And I could keep going because it's fresh in my mind. I just finished it. I could keep going. It's good, man. It's not top 5, man. You're not gonna get me to take. I don't want. I don't want to discuss anything with The Wire. Anything. Don't put anything in the same sentence as The Wire. And when I see that, it makes me interested. But I gotta stop listening to y'all. You know what I'm saying? The Sopranos is not better than Sopranos. There's a lot of stuff. Me personally, I take more than that. I know The Last of Us. Y'all killed me when I tweeted that. It's not done. I didn't play the video game, so y'all don't kill me. I don't know what's happening. The difference in a video game versus the show. But The Last of Us that just went off air, and we're waiting for it to come back. It's tough, man. The writing, the characters, and it's tough. Stranger Things, and I'm not even a sci-fi person like that when it comes to series. I was forced into Stranger Things. I had so many people tell me Stranger Things, and I put it down because season 2 was trash. And then I had so many people telling me, get through season 2, trust me. And I did. Season 3, I was like, all right, season 3 is good. And by the time you get to the end of how it ended and Vecna comes on board and all that shit, I was like, oh, Stranger Things is that deal. And I thought them little kids running around, I wasn't going to watch that shit. That shit is tough. Like season 1 is crazy. Season 2 is what made me stop. Like, this is horrible. But if you get through season 2 of Stranger Things after that, so Stranger Things, I take over that. You're not gonna put fucking Breaking Bad in the same boat as Ozarks to me. You're not. And now there's only like 2 or 3 of them, but you're not gonna put it in the same bucket as like Narcos to me. The production, the characters, the strength of the storylines, you're not. It's just, it's good. I gotta leave it there. I can't do more than that. I did like the ending. Let me just close out there before I move on to my next little quick topic. I did like the ending of Breaking Bad because I like that he had that last meeting with his wife after just fucking up his whole family. And he finally tells his wife, like, I did all of this because I liked it. That's why I did all of this. Because she thought he was about to say, don't tell me once again that you're doing this for your family. He was like, nah, I'm not. I thought I was. I'm not. I liked it. He remember the scene at the end where he peeped niggas in a Home Depot, whatever, buying like supplies, and he ran down on him, and he was supposed to be like out the game at that point. He ran down on me. He's like, yo, you're using the wrong matches and whatnot, yada 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 yada. Then he goes out in the parking lot, and then niggas walk up on him, and he's like, yo, stay out my territory. He's showing that I'm Breaking Bad. That's the title. Like, I'm developing a liking for this, like the power, the grind, the money, the fact that I'm the best in the world doing this shit. I'm the only person out here with 97+% purity of meth or strength of meth, all that. He loved it. And him coming clean to his wife about that at the very end was dope. I think it was good that he died in a lab. Wasn't his lab, but he died in a lab. I think that was good. That was cool. I didn't like the MacGyver shit. He made some MacGyver ass machine gun shit to kill the whole, crew, and so he could save him and Jesse. Well, he got himself shot in that process. But the MacGyver shit, once again, it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, I gotta accept certain things because it's still TV. But like, come on. So the ending was cool, but y'all got on my heels when I was like, yo, it got weak after season 2. It did go downhill after season 2, man. It did. Season 5 picked back up. Season 5 made me go from like, man, I had to finish all of this because I was invested. And if season 5 would have remained super weak, I'd just be like, yo, I would have came on here and be like, yo, fuck Breaking Bad. And fuck all y'all for telling me that it's classic. Season 5 picked it back up and summer season 4. But it did go downhill for like two and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, it went downhill, y'all. Like, I can't give it more than good. So I just can't, y'all. I can't. Mm-mm. Good. I'm gonna leave it at that. Maybe I'll go do the Saul spinoff, or I'll find something else to watch now. But all right, that's Breaking Bad. All right, that's why y'all got at me on Twitter. Um, Drake albums, real quick. Y'all could hold me down in the comments if y'all can. Sons of Anarchy, ARP, you're pissing me off. Yo, yeah, this is why I said when I get on live, next time I get on live, I'm going to talk about Breaking Bad because y'all murdered me on Twitter because I tweeted like, yo, this shit is weak. And y'all murdered me. I didn't give any context. I just spoke for 20 minutes about why I feel the way I feel about Breaking Bad. So at least you understand that I don't just jump out and say wild shit. I could give you context. I could give you my opinion why. You know what I'm saying? So I know there's probably still a lot of people watching me right now that's like, ARP, shut up. And that's cool. Like we could all have different opinions about TV shows. We could have fun with that all fucking day. But I'm gonna leave it at good and that's it. Real quick, Drake's album. Y'all can hold me down in the chat. When I saw the name of the album was For the Dogs. Am I wrong? Am I tripping? Am I bugging? Am I an idiot? Am I out the loop? Y'all tell me. Does he really mean for the dogs is for the women? And I'm gonna say that respectfully for the women, because all right, pardon me, ladies. Is really saying for the bitches because a bitch is a female dog in the dictionary, right? Is that what the title means? Because the album is 80% for women. You know, it's a lot of R&B, it's a lot of singing, it's a lot of talking to exes and what ifs and women in general and blah blah blah. And it's a long ass album. It's like 20 plus tracks on it. So I finally got through it over like the last day or so. And similar to Breaking Bad, I'm gonna say it's good. Is it great? No. Am I gonna come back and play it 20 times? No. The standout track to me is like my favorite track, I guess, is probably the First Person Shooter with J. Cole. Is that the name of that track? Yeah, the shit with J. Cole is probably my favorite track. Um the Virginia, whatever Virginia, the 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Those are like the standout tracks to me. Those are the standout tracks. It does really feel like he's over catering to the times and to the it's like a let me sell you a product type of album to me. And his female fan base is wicked. Like you see the clips of him on tour right now and shit. It's just like he is the new Michael Jackson. You know, he really is. He really is that guy. He's number one as far as like draw and is it numbers? Like he's about to break some record of like number ones or something, past Michael Jackson on that too or something like that. There's no denying who Drake is. He is number one right now. You know what I'm saying? He's been number one for a long time. Um, and I feel like when you're that big of an artist, of course you have to. Well, do you have when you're that big of an artist? Do you have to cater? I don't know. That I could look at that two ways, but he's definitely catering to a younger, come out on tour and rock with me demographic, and that's fine. It feels, and some of those tracks is real cool. Some of them watered down the album. Didn't need 20 plus tracks. Um, there's only but so many songs I want to hear you fucking rapping about, you know, all these chicks and how much you miss this person or what you'll do for that person. It's great, but fucking 17 out of 20 something tracks talking about that same shit is just like, and I'm an R&B guy, but at the same time I go to Drake for rapping. You know what I'm saying? I know that he does all types of shit. I mean, he's covered a lot of different genres as far as the type of melodies and songs that he's delivered. So I get it, you know, and he's got some wicked R&B and singing songs as well, whether it's hooks or him singing an entire verse. He's got classics in that realm as well. I'm not mad at him at all. But the primary reason I go to Drake, me personally, is for rapping. And I don't feel like I got top level rapping from one of the greatest rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like his ability is stupid on the rapping side of things. And I'm not putting this album on and getting that. So I think that's one of the reasons why I was like, it's cool, it's good, I guess, but it's not a super replayable album for me. I'll leave it there. I ain't gonna go into a extreme amount of details the way I did with Breaking Bad. I just had to try to save myself from being attacked on Twitter when it comes to that. So That's my third one for the morning. Get this one done before this live is over. All right. I want to get into battle rap related stuff. Let's do it. Oh, let's do it. All right. Norbes' case. A lot of tweets, a lot of talk about Norbes' case. This particular one isn't going to be a long topic. I did see the public statement coming from URL that we are continuing our winning ways, and we had this part of the case which was a knockout, and this happened and that. This is what I would say. I feel like there's a telephone game that happens, right? I think what certain people behind the scenes were saying, regardless of the source, whoever the source is, right? I think what people behind the scenes that are closer to certain people, whether you're closer to Norbes, whether you're closer to URL people, whether you know the lawyers involved and you speak to them, well, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the message was that there is a mediation coming up, and it's being proposed by the judge that you guys should discuss settlement, right? You let something like that go long enough and go through the telephone game of going through hoop to hoop to hoop, person to person to person. By the time you got blogger XYZ that has no connection to nobody, doesn't know nobody, can't make no phone calls, can't make no text messages, that blogger all the way at the end of the fucking telephone game is going to say, oh, they're settling. URL is settling. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think anybody that speaks to people behind the scenes was ever saying that, right? I think what most people that are a little bit more in tune with, I guess, people that's closer, I think the message that they continue to hear behind the scenes is that the judge is saying that, you know, we're going to a mandatory settlement mediation, which is a discussion, which is you go in there and you start to discuss, all right, what can or what could we do or what should we do? And you may leave there not on the same page. You might leave there with, you know what, I don't like what you're talking about. I don't like what you're talking about. All right, cool. Let's go to trial. Price is going up. All this is going up. Price of the brick going up. You know, because that happens too. Sometimes it's like you know, like think of it like a plea deal, right? DA comes to you, you're arrested, and you have, you know, 5 charges over your head, and they all equal up to 20 years, right? Your lawyer's telling you we're gonna beat 4 out of 5 of these charges, probably. That last charge, as far as you actually being the person that's there and having your fingerprints on shit, we're gonna have to justify that one, right? That one's gonna be tough, but we're gonna fight, right? That's what your lawyer's telling you, and you know that your charges stack up to 20 years. And DA might come to you and say, yo, let's all save time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you take this plea deal for 3 years and then 5 years probation, we're done. We're out of here. Sign this fucking piece of paperwork that says guilty for this. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the term. Sign it. Everybody agree. Lawyers involved. Blah, blah, boom. We go our separate ways. You go your way, whatever the terms of the deal is, right? It's a deal. It's a plea deal. Everybody knows that if you decline that deal and then you go to trial and then you get what street terminology? You get smoked, right? It could be worse. You know, Tory Lanez possibly went through that, right? I think that in his mind and possibly his advisement, or maybe he was on his own a little bit more, saying like, "Oh nah, like I feel this way or whatever," and fuck a plea. I've seen people like Vlad that spoke to Tory's lawyer say in interviews that Tory was kind of telling his own legal counsel like, nah, I'm not settling. And but they came to him, like some of his opportunities early on were, I guess, provided what he ended up with. Some of the early opportunities were sweet, right? So you could say like he got smoked by taking it to trial. And when you look at this Norbes situation, you could look at it like that. In my opinion, I feel like, you know, when you go to this step right here, you know, you still have URL side that I assume is fighting in something called summary judgment to have all this thrown out, right? Like you spend that money for that fight regardless, because at this point, you know, what you're up against or what you're possibly facing, or you want to win a case like this regardless, whether you're right or you're wrong, right? You want to win this case. So they possibly are still going through that. But at the same time, If a judge is involved in a mandatory sit down or a settlement conversation, that also could be slightly telling, but a fight is a fight. Um, I do feel like in situations like that, though, if you get to that conference and you get to those negotiations, and like let's say Norb says 20 million, I need all my damages, I need my severance, I need a piece of things going forward. Can't keep making money on all this stuff that I was involved with after me. I need a piece of what I missed out on. I need a piece of what I was never paid all these years after seeing all these numbers in the books. Like, oh shit, I didn't know that you guys made $100 million from Summer Madness 5. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get paid for that event. You guys lied to me. I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just speaking. It's all hypothetical, y'all. All right. So I'm just saying, let's say you say that number and URL says, kick rocks. Fuck you. I'm giving you shit. I'd rather slit my wrist before paying you a dime. Okay. And then you get the trial and it becomes 30 million. Like that could happen. Or URL could get to that table and say, fuck you. And they could win. Like I say all the time, Johnny Cochran got off. I mean, not Johnny Cochran. OJ Simpson got off. Johnny Cochran and his dream team. Like, who in this chat thinks that OJ Simpson is innocent? I'll wait. Nobody thinks OJ Simpson is innocent, right? Was he found guilty for those murders? No, he got found guilty later on for some shit that was stupid. He should have sat his ass down. But that's a different story. But people win court cases that they deserve to lose every day, B. It's like, you see how they say legally, it's like it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. You know what I'm saying? You got prosecution and you got defense. When you prosecute somebody, when you put a claim on somebody, if I walk into if I call a lawyer and I say, go file this for me, this battle rapper over here robbed me, right? I now have the duty of proving that. I have to prove that. Now, if I have a bunch of evidence already, it could be case closed, could be open shut. If you tweet me, fuck your battles, fuck your stream, fuck your pay-per-view. That could be open shut. If you do an interview with a Verb about it, saying, yeah, I stand on that. That could be open shut, right? If it's not open shut, that's where the lawyer's strength comes in. The way the lawyers formulate things, the way you prosecute and try to, you try to go after things like character. You try to show a pattern of a person's behavior. You try to damage somebody's credibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever hear a credible witness on the stand? Like, how credible is a person up there? Is this an ex-drug dealer telling us that this other person wasn't there? How credible is the witness? You know what I'm saying? Like, certain people you put up there on that fucking stand, off rip, they're not credible. Sometimes you can't even get up there and testify because your credibility is in question. So you have that task of proving that your claim is valid. That's just how it goes. Like, when you put a lawsuit on somebody. On the other side, defending, right? Defending, you have all types of opportunities as well. Discoveries, evidence, process. You have all these opportunities to show that I'm nowhere close to being, guilty of what I'm being accused of. So it's not about who's really right or who's really wrong at times, unless it's open, shut shit in front of you. That's where things like evidence comes in, right? Like, all right, this person shot somebody, but we can't find a gun. Maybe gets off because there's no witness and we couldn't find a gun, but everybody knows he did it, right? Versus like, I'm saying you did this to my company and I have 10 years of fucking evidence. Here you go. You see what I'm saying? So it depends. It depends. But I think closing out this topic, which was interesting to me, and I'm going to tie this into my last topic as well. When people say, I see even interviews like, yo, URL, they're being quiet. Wow, how they never address things, or they're bigger than everything. I'm going to get to that in a second. Stay with me. But I think what was real telling is the courts will be the courts. You can't win a case like this on Twitter. You can't win a case like this from narratives in the public. You know what I'm saying? That's not how this Norbes and URL case gets determined, right? So I feel like, walk with me for a second. Really think about it. If you guys believe that URL is this quiet entity, they don't address things, right? They felt the need to publicly let fans know that no, we haven't settled and we plan on still winning what we deem bullshit case against us. How ironic. How ironic, right? Um to feel the need to put out a statement like that, a public statement, to me is very telling. I think it shows that once again, your public perception is so important to you. Or maybe you feel like you lose power with the battlers or the bloggers or the fans if they feel like, oh shit, maybe Norbes is winning this case or getting a settlement. Because the thing about this something situations like this is you have moments in companies where an occurrence happens and it does open up the door for shit. Because URL, they tell people all the time, and I'm very aware of this, it's a fact. Um, one of their agendas is to keep a number one perception and a strength perception no matter what. You could be at your weakest, but you want to show strength. I guess that's smart, right? And I think that's the reason for that statement. You could be bleeding out, but you want to tell people like, "Oh no, I'm fine. This is just a little band-aid I need and I'm good." You know what I'm saying? I think that's what really matters to them. And if Norbes wins a case like this, maybe the impression is that what's to stop everybody else for coming at us for our wrongs? You win a case like this, you might scare people away and say, all right, let's continue to stand in line. You lose a case like this, then this guy, little Norbes, that you just continue to say just a talent scout, right? It's not wasn't just no talent scout. It's hilarious to even try that. But when you do that, you're really just volleying for control perception, power perception. I need to keep things in line as possible. As the person that's just like scrambling, trying to keep the house in order when all this shit is going on. You know what I mean? So the need to put out a statement like that was very, very telling. And I hope it didn't go over anybody's heads. Um and speaking of going over people's heads, um, once again in typical fashion, the pettiness continued. I saw that post for Hollow, the Tay Rock and Hollow post, giving all that credit to Tay Rock and saying that this battle's a classic because of Tay Rock and this boom, boom, boom. It's kind of like dissing Hollow to a degree right after I did my live, right? Y'all don't think that stuff is cowardly? Y'all don't think that stuff is like, it's like you got to get to a point where we can't just keep calling everything petty. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all feel about stuff like that? It's just like, and then it's like nobody puts a claim on it. You see what I'm saying? Like me, I get right here and I speak up for RBE and I speak up for myself and I defend my company. I defend myself, right? I'll always speak for myself. I'm never gonna have to call a blogger to speak for me, ever. I'm never gonna have to call a media and ask them to interview something to get out a narrative for me. I'll say it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it myself. And like you're obviously dissing Hollow because of what I spoke about in my live. And I just think that that's just like, it's just cowardly ways. Like I think that's so weird to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, that's almost a cosign of what I told y'all. Like, yo, you know, word around here is you guys called them and asked them for a favor to tweet that lie because of these narratives of paying battlers not to battle on RBE, all coming together now in people's faces publicly in the midst of lawsuits, right? So because you get outed, because you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, because the truth came out, right? We're going on Instagram and put up a post to diss them about an old battle. That's weak. That's corny as shit. This is y'all. This is y'all peoples. This is who y'all look up to. You know what I'm saying? I heard DNA got one as well recently because DNA said some stuff on his live when he was talking about him and Sean's relationship, and DNA got a post as well, put up and take down. It's just like that's not weak to y'all to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, which one of y'all is on the Instagram doing that shit? That shit is so fucking weak. That shit is corny to me. That shit is so fucking corny. But these are the ways of certain people, and some of y'all accept it, and some of y'all accept it out of loyalty. You sit there and ride or die because those are some that maybe that's somebody that's cutting a check for you, or has cut a check for you. But if you're gonna be a real person, when you label corny, lame, cowardly, or fuck shit, or bad business, or whatever, you have to be real. The moment you act like it's not what it is, you're fake. You're compromised, or you're that type of person. So, you know, and shout out to DNA once again, and condolences, and shout out to Hollow. But yeah, I saw that too. I just feel like I take that as damn near co-sign, like damn, we got caught. So now let's diss Hollow for outing for our bullshit coming out publicly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think what's more important is to ask yourself, how smart is it in the middle of a lawsuit to still be doing shit like that? Right there in the public now for everybody to see, for legal team, everybody to see, your lawyers, my lawyers, the fans, everybody, right there, still able to see these sneaky bad business, sabotage, lying occurrences publicly in the like, somebody over there got to sit down. Somebody over there got to get off of that Instagram or Twitter. It's just that's stupid to do. Now, behind the scenes, there's still all type of evidence about some of this stuff. There's text messages and screenshots and phone calls and blogs and interviews. All of that shit is still there, but that shit could be private. So somebody over there still saying, you know what we should do right now, because we're so much control freaks, let's call Hollow the Don and allegedly ask him for a favor. That's not smart. That's stupid. To put that man, Nino Brown, him in the first place, put him up because you're so scared to speak for yourself, right? So you Nino Brown him, put him in front of all the bullets, but then because he did the right thing, you know what I'm saying, didn't sit right with him, then you turn around and diss him for a post with an old battle versus Tay-Rock. That's the lamest shit. Oh, y'all thought I was gonna get back on live and let shit slide? Nah. I'm so in defense mode. I'm not letting nothing slide because y'all did what y'all did. Y'all did all of these things that y'all did. So, and y'all are doing what y'all are doing. So it's not in my best interest to let nothing slide. Nothing slide. Nothing. I'm not letting nothing go. So, caffeine. Caffeine, I saw was a topic of discussion in far as them doing battles. I had some conversations on that behind the scenes. I was aware of some of those bookings. Shout out to Caffeine doing battle rap. Shout out to Emerson Kennedy or anybody else involved. Shout out to y'all. Battle rap is battle rap. You think I was gonna get on here and be a hypocrite when I've been saying for 10 plus years, expansion is good. The more opportunities for the battlers, the more places that's doing things, is dope. I think the reason why it started off or starts off controversial is because people start to question the relationship. What does that mean? On the good side, you can say caffeine is, I'm just making all this up as I'm going, right? If you want to look at it from a good perspective, you could say URL, who has, especially in 2023, a very, very bad reputation. PR, public reputation, your actions as a company, as an LLC or a corporation are important. Your reputation is important to sponsors, to business, to your fan base, to the people you sign contracts with. And you could say your reputation in 2023 hit an all-time low, right? From being outed from all the things that you continue to do, from battlers speaking on issues that they have with your business and contracts, and then other leagues being dominant during that time. The perception comes down of like, you're not our king as far as how you carry yourself or as far as how you deliver battle rap. You're not our king, right? So that's the perception that people start to have. So this is the good. I'm still staying on the good side. Possibly, I'm just hypothetical. Maybe Caffeine is smart enough now to say we're still partnered with URL, but we're stepping in front. We're the face now, right? URL could still sit there and do all the legwork. They can do the bookings, the contracting, the matchmaking, the coordination, etc. We're gonna put our name out in front now. You know what I'm saying? It could, you never know. You just never know. And that would be smart because sometimes in business, the entity that has all this fire around it, lawsuits and reputational hits and being caught in so many different areas and all these things, right? Sometimes you gotta get that much more in the shadows, but you still have to run business. Somebody's got to step in front, right? It could be that. Now, that's just a hypothetical. On the bad side, though, like let me give a bad reason why it could be. It could be simple. It could just be business is business, as you guys love to tuck behind for years, despite doing things that allegedly could have been illegal and unethical to many, many battlers and to many, many leagues, right? When you hide behind this business is business thing for so long, possibly that's what's happening to you. I say karma sometimes, but you never know. That could be, you know what? We learned battle rap enough from you. Um, we don't need you anymore. All these battlers we can just reach out to on our own. Shit, we have an employee, Emerson Kennedy, who's a battle rapper. He understands how this shit goes. He's been dealing with battle rappers behind the scenes from a Caffeine standpoint already for X amount of years. Don't need you, URL. At one point, maybe it was beneficial for us to be partners or for you to be in the front. Right now, it's not. It doesn't look good for us anymore. We're taking a reputational hit as well. You roll out that a pay-per-view is getting sold and we get all this backlash and it's only $25. Meanwhile, Chrome is over here selling for 65, RBE selling for 75. Why are you the one to get backlash for $25? What are you doing this year? You know what? We don't need you anymore. Thank you. We're going this way. You got us indirectly in lawsuits, people that work with us and getting the poll, all this type of stuff. Like, it's not worth it. Like we've already learned what we needed to learn as far as our interest in battle rap. So thank you, but now we're going this way, and we lost a lot of money with your money management, the way you gave out those Caffeine deals and channels, and you just pissed money away allegedly to stop battles. And we're seeing this publicly now of how you mismanage our budgets and our money allegedly. You know what? We're good. We're good. And you got all these occurrences, you know, like shout out to Surf, for example. Like think about that backstage incident. You know what I'm saying? Like you're seeing this, and if you follow the talk of battle rap, you see reputation. Every bloggers, everybody always says like, "Yo, it's all clicky and gang over there," but you might go to over here and it's like cool and calm. It's not that type of energy. That's not what's being built. That's not what's being maintained. You know what I'm saying? Like on multiple levels, business wise, decision making, money management, energy and personality wise. Am I even working with the right people? That could be a possibility of what's happening. The fans, you say that all you care about is battles, right? Which is actually an advancement from 8 years ago when you guys were kind of tricked into only needing a one-stop shop, right? But that could be the case. At which point, if I was a URL employee, what would be my last leverage? What would be the last thing that I would hold on to? Contracts. That'd be the last thing that I have, right? That could also be a reason for contracting battlers. Not only is it, you know, we understand your own business models or whatever, especially your monopolies or whatever, allegedly, but also as far as leverage towards Caffeine. Did anybody ever think about that? That could be possible, where it's just like, okay, you know, battle rap, you know how to produce it, you know how to shoot it now. The fans are going to consume it. You know how to sell a pay-per-view. You have this following on Caffeine, social media, and as well as your own website and all this type of stuff. Like, what's left? Oh, the battle rappers, the actual talent is contracted to you. So I still need to go through you for that. But if so, that makes me ask a question. Oh boy, this is getting good. Don't you just love history? Let's say one of the last areas of leverage that URL has with caffeine is their contracts with certain battlers, right? At which point you would then have to request URL to keep that same energy. You would have to ask caffeine to keep that same energy. For example, I saw a trailer with Emerson Kennedy, and he was introducing an upcoming platform, upcoming battle. Shout out to EK once again. I saw New Jersey Twerk walk out. I saw Jazz the Rapper walk out. I'm not talking about those two battlers business. Shout out to Twerk. Shout out to Jazz. I fuck with both of them. I'm a fan of both of theirs. But let's call a spade a spade. The perception of those two battlers is that they either have a loyalty to URL or URL is going to have their hands in their activities to a degree. Like we didn't forget what happened to Shoddy Horror's card. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see Shoddy Horror and Twerk coming up. I think it's like next month or whatever. Shout out to Shoddy, shout out to Twerk. But we didn't forget when he had like 4 battles ripped off of his card, and it was all coincidence, right? It was all like 4 battles ripped off of his fucking card. All common occurrence. You know, we seen something that happened to iBattle a couple weeks ago that was very, very odd. Tay Rock and Rum Nitty both had an iBattle flyer out all of a sudden. I think for this weekend, Tay Rock and Rum Nitty flyer comes out same day on URL. You know, they go where they go. Did iBattle have them booked first? Who knows? But let's say legally and contractually, because Rum Nitty says all the time publicly that he's not under contract, right? So let's say he signed a deal with that date with iBattle, and then URL came along later, right? When I say, especially because they're so notorious for booking like within like 3 weeks and shit, so it's very, very easy to assume that iBattle didn't send Rum Nitty and Tay Rock a contract, and they forgot that they had a URL date for that same day. That doesn't sound right, right? I don't think Rum Nitty and Tay Rock is that dumb. I think they knew their battle schedule, right? So this turns me back into saying once again, keep that same energy. Because we all hear also that Mook is battling Twerk on Homecoming. When that's going to be announced or when the card is going to actually start being announced, who knows? Why it's being delayed? Who knows? That's their business. But I feel like if that's the matchup that's coming on Homecoming, why would you allow Twerk to battle on Caffeine versus Jazz? Right? You know, it's just not the history of you unless it's an entity that's bigger than you, because that's when we see URL get in line. When Shady comes around and they do Total Slaughter, you know what I'm saying? You're there. I'm at the event too. You're there in the VIP, you know, the whole staff, and you're supporting and you're cheering and you're having a good time and all that. And you're there at the event. And the moment Shady goes down, Smack puts that post up saying, look at the imitators in the crowd, because the person had a Total Slaughter t-shirt on, right? But when Shady was here, because they're a bigger entity, cower a little bit, right? Chrome 23. Now scared of Remy. Scared of Remy, right? Remy comes in here and she says, I do what I want. Scared of her. Get on the phone with her, and you have these conference calls trying to beg and figure stuff out. How can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Please? How about this? How about that? Right? You're scared of Remy, right? Because celebrity wise, reach wise, she's bigger than you. She has contacts that you don't have, at least from public perception, right? You don't throw that weight like that at Remy. You don't throw that weight like that at Shady, right? And here again with Caffeine, keep that same energy, right? Why is all this shit so obvious? Like, it's just, it's just crazy. Keep that same energy though. I'd love to see it. Go block the battles on Caffeine. Or maybe the first thing I said is right. Maybe it's really a partnership, and Caffeine just needs to step in front now because URL's reputation and brand and everything is just too much for 2023. So which one is it? Or maybe both sides are wrong. I don't know. I'm just speaking opinions. This is all alleged. But like I said, right now, until further notice, we ain't letting shit slide. Nah, I can't afford to right now. Sorry. Math Hoffa. Yeah, last night, mad real. Math Hoffa, a verb. K Shine, front and center, please. Let's have a quick discussion. That always happens to me when I drink. The next day, it should be all fucked up. Front and center, please, fellas. Shout out to my guy Math. Is it the number one in a certain space podcast? I think he said or something like that. My expert opinion. I've been saying it for years, man. It's so good to see people's transitions away from battle rap and successes outside of battle rap, where you don't have to depend on battle rap politics or battle rap checks or battle rap up and down nature. Proud to see what Math developed for himself and what he's doing right now. We didn't get back on the phone that Friday neither. When he was out here for the awards. You probably flew out, but you're supposed to hang out, man. I told you, man. Friday was up before I flew out. But anyway, shout out to my expert opinion, man. So proud to see that shit. And Verb, shout out to Verb. let me stick up for Verb real quick. Now, Ace, I mean, yeah, I'm clearing up. Shout out to Ace, I mean, man. I've always liked Ace, I mean. He's got intellect about him. You can hear the way he talks. He's a fast thinker and he's a fast talker. And that's probably why people have always said he needs to slow down with his raps. It's probably indicative of the way he talks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably just him by nature. But when you can speak that fast, you can make good points, you can have good debate and good arguments. You have some good intellectual, capacity about you. And I've always appreciated Ace Amin for that. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting better as a battle rapper. Like his Rum Nitty performance was dope. Right. Now, as far as the back and forth between Ace Amin and Verb, of course, that's not my business. And of course, I ain't getting in that, especially when things are being said that could be past battle rap. So I ain't getting in that. I ain't getting in that. But one thing that I do want to stick up for Verb about, and some people's gonna be like, oh, ARP, ironically, right? is when people say Verb seems to be this RBE champion all of a sudden. I don't think that's fully fair to the man. And here's why. You can never just overlook the facts and the history of RBE and Verb. Verb was on RBE's first card ever. He battled Adi Boom for a one rounder. We did easy business, straightforward business. This is when he was Mr. Marketable, Captain Marketable, and all that type of shit. This is no dreadhead fucking Verb. This was the heavy set, still eating McDonald's Verb and all that type of shit. We was working together back then. 2013, I booked him. 2014, he stepped on stage. That's how long he's been working with RBE. And then up to a certain point in time, we got that man his biggest battle ever. By the time we get to 2018, called him for Murder Mook. Fun fact, there was 2 to 3 people that I had on the table for Murder Mook's return to battle rap. And it really was my decision. It wasn't Mook's decision. It wasn't his man. Shout out to Van. It wasn't Van's decision. And shout out to Mook. He really do be like that. Like, pay me and I'm there to try to kill something. Just like Big K. Like that Mook and Van didn't call and reach out to me for Big K. That's my idea. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Big K and Mook now is a time. It was no different for Verb. The people that, when I wanted Murder Mook to come back to battle rap and come to RBE, I had the idea of Verb and Math Hoffa. Those are the top 2 names. I think a third mention that was in there was Surf. Surf was a third mention. I think I had a conversation with Surf as well. But the top 2 people, and this is in my history, you see this very, very frequent through our 10 years, is people that I'm really, really, I'm going to be talking more on my Sorry It's True shit. I promise you, I'm not going to be holding out. I'm not as politically correct as I used to be. I'm not going to be, because it's not in my best interest anymore. But it's clear the talent comes first at RBE, but I book a lot of people that I fuck with, like past battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see Ill Will on almost every card because he's the best battle rapper in the world, and I fuck with him personally. It's like my friend, Big K. Same, you know what I'm saying? show off. There's times in show off's career where you got show off, blah, 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 whatever. Other times you like, yo, he's amazing. Didn't matter. It's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Rosenberg. People try to hold things over Rosenberg's head still. Narratives about him or whatever. Everything that the public try to say about Rosenberg Raw, me and him already had conversations about in private, which means that we good money. Friends can get through shit. You know what I'm saying? These people are closer to me than just, oh, here's a contract and a check. A hitman holla. A hitman could call me about a different platform. I'm gonna try to help him negotiate that because I just want to see him get money. It's a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? QB. I don't care. I don't care if my original idea is max out 3 is only 5 battles. QB she deboed her way on the card and I let her because that's my fucking friend. That's my homie. She found a way to put herself on the fucking card. Doors open because you're QB. You see what I'm saying? Like the shit is obvious. Like the shit is real obvious. I damn near started the platform like that. My liking for Math Hoffa and Swave. That was the battle that I tried to book. Y'all heard the story. It's in the documentary. It's in a blog, an old throwback blog that's still on the channel. I couldn't do Math Hoffa and Swave with Battle Academy. I mean, the Battle Academy. Battle Rap Media. My negotiations with Math didn't work out. Ended up being him and Old Red later on. And then I stayed with my negotiations with Swave, and it worked out. Him and Rosenberg Raw, our first main event ever. You know what I'm saying? Because I fucked with Swave a certain way, right? To this day, Swave is a friend. Look at Swave as a friend. You know what I'm saying? Me and Swave have done things for each other off camera that have nothing to do with battle rap. So I fuck with people a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And Verb and Math were 2 guys that I fucked with personally outside of battle rap. So not only do I got, Murder Mook coming back to battle rap, but let me make sure that opportunity goes to somebody that at the time is just like, is one of my guys right here. And Verb ended up being my first choice. There's nothing else that determined it. There's nothing about the negotiations that determined it. There's nothing about money that determined it. There's nothing about Mook that determined it. There's nothing about Verb or Math that determined it. I determined it. I said, it's going to be Math or Verb. And you know what? Well, I'm looking at this. I want it to be Verb. A lot of that weighs in on my relationship with the man. All right. Now, let's not forget why Verb and ARP fell out. It fell out because of alleged sabotage. There was a time where me and Verb was on the phone. This for you, Ace, as well as everybody else. And once again, I'm not gonna get in y'all personal shit because, like I said, some of that that's being said feels like it's past battle. I'm not getting in that. But on the RBE side of things, I'm clarifying everything. Ace and anybody else with any narratives about RBE and Verb. Verb and I was at a point where we was on the phone where I was talking with Loaded Lux's side. Shout out to Tiff. I got to a point where me and Shata, we didn't like the negotiations. It was just too heavy at the time. We just didn't see the light for the amount of negotiations that was going on. I told Verb, I said, it's not going to happen here. I'm off this negotiation. I don't have that type of ego where it's just like, I got to have it. I swear to God swear on my life. I walked away. Verb and I then, I'll say it, conspired how to get him versus Lux on URL. Because I don't stand in the way of nothing. Especially if it's somebody I fuck with. I want you to get it back. Ask Holla, ask these niggas how I move. Like Rem, I'm helping Holla get booked on Rem shit. Like Holla got bigger negotiations for his fucking battle versus Easy on Chrome 23 than I had. When I say negotiations, I'm not involved. I'm not his fucking manager. But if I'm talking with Holla, whatever, and he's bouncing ideas off of me, I'm fucking telling Holler to take less. And of course, he's his own boss. Was like, nah, I want $1 million to battle Easy to Block. I'm like, nah, get that shit to Rem for $5,000. That's me. And can't nobody take this away from me because it's all facts. It's another reason why I can speak out so comfortably, because I stand on a lot of facts and a lot of evidence where it's just like, all right, question it. Go ahead and question it. You know what I'm saying? But me and Verb was to a point where when I told him that, we was conspiring. How do we get you and Lux on URL then? Me, I'm trying to get Verb and Lux on URL. We doing little funny shit. I got the screenshots of all this shit. We doing little funny shit. We get off the phone, right? Click. We pulling a URL in hollow. We get off the phone. Click. We conspire this on the phone. We hang up the phone. Now I tweet, yo, Averb, call the office immediately. Why? Because me and Averb's on the phone saying that, yo, if you tweet me right now, you know that guy's gonna call me immediately to try to book it because they don't want none of this happening on RBE. And we know how hell bent you are on RBE and shit not happening. And sure enough, it worked. So a point where Averb telling me on the phone, Ace, Averb telling me on the phone, like, some way, somehow, I need you to get involved with that battle if I battle Lux on URL. Because, you know, fans was playing with my name a little bit, and I was coming off of Pat Stay as well. Rest in peace, Pat Stay. You know, fans playing my name a little bit, Averb's up and down a little bit. Then he has one of the biggest battles in battle rap history at that point. Murder Mook's return after 5-year hiatus versus Averb, St. Louis, New York shit. And Averb takes that stage and does what? Goes insane with a classic performance. His arguable one of his career defining and one of his most pivotal moments in his career. That was a huge pivoting moment for Averb. He could have fucking retired around that time frame. The way he was talking at times, like around the time he battled B Dot, I remember my conversations. I was having a conversation with fucking Verb at the time. He was like, I might be done soon. Around that time, I mean, battle, I think, beat out on King of the Dot. He's gonna fucking retire. You know what I'm saying? So he gets to that pivotal moment and he goes insane versus Murder Mook on that stage. And then all of a sudden now the Lux battle makes sense to a lot of people, including Lux, including RBE, including URL, including Verb. Everybody makes sense. And you know, things were dragging. And Verb was having like a moment where it was like, I need my next move to be my best move. I just went through that with Big K. You know, Big K battles Murder Mook. He dissed me for it in the battle. What was the bar? He said, like, I thought I battled Mook or whatever, boom, boom. Now I got Young Ill. Like, he used it as a bar. Behind the scenes, really like that with Verb. It was like, I need my next move to be something, because I just had this epic performance versus y'all battle rap logo. I can't have my next battle be whatever. So we talking, it's like, damn. At one point, Jay Mills was an idea for Verb at one point, and then we land on a name that makes sense. The battle rappers will get behind it. The fans will get behind it. The bloggers will get behind it. Iron Solomon. And then through Verb, I get in touch with Young Ill and I book Young Ill versus Ill Will on a 4-battle card. Right? All of a sudden, things pick up with the Lux shit. And he's out there in California shooting a face off with URL, conducting business while he's under contract versus Iron Solomon. And then we get into shit behind the scenes. And it's the win-win. It's the win-win. Like, we get the battle off of RBE allegedly. We ruined the card, sabotaged the card allegedly, and we ruined the relationship allegedly. It's a beautiful move. And if you know ARP, just based on even public perception, ARP is not going to just try to laugh his way to the bank like some people. If I feel wronged at that level, we're going to have an issue. And I'm not going to fuck with you a certain way. And it might ruin our relationship forever. That's why me and Verb, when we crossed paths, it was like, oh shit, like it's wartime. Because the way our relationship was damaged, that's when me and Verb crossed paths man to man in person. You know what kind of story could have came out of that night? Y'all should have been there. Only if y'all knew how that unfolded when me and Verb finally saw each other face to face. when you finally put us in the same room by accident. Shout out to fucking Hitman. He fucked that up. He's doing his fucking mixtape party and he's just inviting his friends and he forgets ARP and Verb. They don't fuck with each other. He forgets that when he invites both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit could have been one of the biggest stories in battle rap history ever. That whole place could have got tore the fuck up badly. People could have been in jail right now behind when me and Verb saw each other face to face for the first time. I swear on everything, my life could be ruined right now. I swear on everything, y'all. And same on Verb's side. One of us could be in jail right now. Y'all don't know. Y'all do not know. One of us could be sitting on a ass right now, pissing and shitting when we told and all that type of shit behind when we cross paths. Wrong mistake, wrong move, wrong something ruined our relationship. The guy that was on my very first card ever ruined our relationship. Blew up my card. There's a guy I fucked with heavy enough to say, if you're following all this backstory I'm giving you, I'm bringing Murder Mook back. And I want to battle this guy that's my friend. All right? So I think RBE and A Verb linking back up is something that certain people probably never wanted to see anyway. Because when they was rocking, right? It's in our catalog. It's in our history. It's in his legacy. It's in my legacy, right? So we're not doing the whole, what's all this RBE and A Verb shit? It was never supposed to end like that in the first place. And at the same time, you know, me and Verb are our own men. We can't allow people to put us in spots like that. It goes for me and anybody I fuck with. We can't allow other people to put us in those spots, but it happens. Life is life. You know what I'm saying? So nobody forget all of that true backstory when you see Verb shouting out RBE or holding down RBE. Don't forget the history. Let real be real. I got into all of that as well because I was talking about Math and Verb. I heard them on Spaces. Oh yeah, we walking today. It's a long stream. I don't give a fuck. Sunday, I'm chilling. I heard Math and Verb on Spaces talking about Shine. The Shine story continues to be one of the biggest stories of 2023. And one thing that Math said is the perspective of, you know, you got your money already. You know, speaking about K-Shine. So like, why do I still owe you? Because that seems to be what we keep hearing, this battle of who owes who what. Do I owe you a battle? Do I not? Do I owe you money? Do I not? Boom, 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 boom. Let's break something down. Battle rap contracts, all right? Let me give this to you from the source. My contracts say, if your battle doesn't happen for any reason, including reasons that's outside of your control, covering that base, meaning something could have happened with your opponent. My money doesn't just go to shit, carries forward. You still owe me a battle, or you owe me my money. And that's just the nature of battle rap business. Battle rap is so finished. How many times do we see cancellations? Somebody got sick, my dog ate my homework, block battle, sabotage call, all this type of shit happens. So you got to have contracts like that. Right? Typically, getting a little too hot. Typically, at a level higher than that, you don't see that. And I gave this example already. Shit, even fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine claims that when he was out, what's you call it, Houston or whatever, and Jay Prince and all them niggas was on stage. He said niggas couldn't guarantee his safety, so he didn't get on stage, but he still gets paid because he showed up to do what he was supposed to do. I just got booked by a promoter, right? League owners could be looked at as promoters, right? Book me, pay me, you go left, I go the other way, and that's it, right? So that really is how it goes. But in battle rap, because of the sabotage or the block battles or battlers as well, being so it's a very, very unprofessional industry. Contracts don't fit that same bill. Mine don't. And I just told you what they do. I don't lose my. I had a negotiation fallout with Mook one time because of that. One time I was negotiating with Mook for Briz. This was years ago. This was a while ago. This wasn't anything recent. This was years ago. We was negotiating for Briz, and one of the clauses, I don't send out contracts unless we get to a point where negotiations and agreements and understandings and everything about what, the terms and everything is in place. What am I going to send out a contract before that for? Right. So we were talking about a clause in the contract of, if something happens to Briz, because at the time I didn't have enough communications with Briz. Fast forward, I did, and I started to have a different type of respect for his character and, looking at him a different way. But I didn't know him. I didn't know him at the time when I was talking to him for Mook. I was trying to talk to Mook for Briz, right? Or whatever. Whether Mook came to me, I went to whatever, however it went. I didn't know Briz like that. So that clause, Mook's side, his manager, they didn't like that. It was just like, yo, if something happened with Briz, or if he get a call and niggas yank him off the card, or whatever the case may be. And Briz, I'm not saying that this would happen to you. I'm just saying niggas didn't know, don't know, and that's how my contracts are. They read that in the contract. They was like, oh, hell no. If Briz decide to get a phone call or up and do something else, or his dog get his homework the day of the event, I'm keeping my money. And then after that, if we got to do something else, you got to rebook me. You got to repay me. And I was like, I'm not taking that shit out of my contract. That's where the negotiation stopped. You saying I need my money no matter what, and me saying I don't trust battle rap. Nope. And then the negotiation stopped right there. Done. Dead. Never got anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So my battle rap contracts are like that, and many are, and they should be, once again, because it's a very, very unprofessional, unreliable environment, and they should have those clauses. Okay. But in the case of K-Shine, I feel like there's something that's missing there. Well, it's not missing. It's right there. It's just that it's not being looked at. And let me go here first. When I hear people like Math and Verb and they're in spaces and they're making the point, like a promoter should be like, yo, you made your money, right? That is circumstantial. That was a great point, Math. But let me tell people why that's circumstantial. If you got an RBE and we got a battle that's falling out, if we got A Verb and Iron Solomon not going down, or Young Ill and Ill will not going down, even though that was public. Let me use something like shit, John and Big K. Y'all don't know behind the scenes. I was on a 3-way call with those two guys. They was gonna have to go through some shit when they was in the same room too. And I ended up banging the phone because it got to a point where they was on the phone and they was threatening each other. That's why the energy was like that on stage that y'all saw. You know what I'm saying? There's even a part in the footage where the security guard takes something off of one of the battlers. I don't know if you can see it. There's a lot of behind the scenes shit, a lot of shit that people just don't know. But those two guys, that energy on stage was because of what happened before. And they both could attest to this. I banged the 3-way call because they started threatening each other. I was like, oh, it's getting bad. Let me click it. And I get back on the phone with them individually. I'm hearing what I'm hearing. I'm just like, all right, battle's over. I'm about to go online. Just tell people the battle's off. Fuck, I got to deal with this shit. Right? And then they ended up getting on the phone and working it out. Hold on, AR, give us a second. Let us talk amongst each other as men. And then they did, and they both got back to me and said they was cool. Okay, battle on. But I was going to dead it. I was like, nah, I'm not. This is a liability. We don't need to do this. I ain't that type of league owner. Don't let this go over your head. I'm telling y'all that I'm about to announce that the battle is off. That's the key. That's the key. All right. On the other hand, when you got a league that's willing to come to the stage and say, pray for St. Louis, or come to the stage and then tell you this battle ain't going down. I'll be having bloggers and nigga media that's out at some of these events. They hit me a day before, 2 days before at the face or whatever. And they're like, yo, XYZ ain't happening. This person missed this flight. This person wasn't showing up. This person got beef with the league or whatever. Yo, that battle's not going to happen tomorrow. Yo, I'm like, damn, I want to see that. But it'd be private. And I don't be blowing it up neither. I just mind my business. I don't be blowing it up. I'm not the person that gets on Twitter. By the way, everybody, this league that I'm supposedly into it with, their battle's not really happening tomorrow. Once again, keep up with the keys that I'm mentioning here. The league's not telling you. The league's not telling the public. They letting people buy that stream and buy them tickets and show up expecting certain matchups that they already know before event day is not going down. Right? So in that case, in that scenario, Math and Verb, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. The promoter, the league owner who's not giving refunds for the battle, right? They did make their money. Because people that buy pay-per-views and buy the tickets, they make that up. They make that up in their mind before the event. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know by that Saturday morning whether they buying that pay-per-view or not, if they don't have the pre-sale already. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's buying the pay-per-view after hearing about it. Or the VOD sales is like what, 5% post-event of what the total income was going to be, total rev is going to be. You're going to have some people like, damn, I worked this particular Saturday. I couldn't be on my phone or in front of a TV. So now I'm hearing good things. Let me catch it. Yeah, that's going to happen. But the percentage is small. All right. That's not a majority of your sales. The majority of your sales is from people that are already bought into the battles, to the league, to the promotion, to the trailers, to the face-offs, to the card, whatever. They already know in their mind, I want to see this on that Saturday. Right. So, yes, the league doesn't take a loss there. Maybe a little bit of reputation, because then we got to get out and create the narrative. Oh, we're always going to complete our objectives, right? But they're not going to tell you like, oh yeah, we knew this shit wasn't happening because this battler got sick, or this battler did this, or I did that, or I'm not going to tell you that. They're just going to let you get on that stream and get in that building, spend your money, and then they're going to tell you later on. You're going to find out the day of, by the time the money has already been collected. So when you do that, Math and Verb is right. The promoter did get their money in Shine's case, right? You know what I'm saying? Showing up and being like, yo, I'm here. And you got to also remember, in his mind, he's already being lined up from the flight situation, because he tweeted, yo, this might be my last year. Oh, this funny stuff going on. He's already in his mind being lined up. So I'm here. So that could still be great for some of y'all. It still could be great. Like, okay, but if you speak to Jack Boy is going to say that he was really sick. You know what I'm saying? So the league may have still collected their money, right? But Jack Boy was really sick. Let's say some people are saying that. Shout out to Jack. Cool. So now you have gray area. So then what would be the missing piece then to still say, I kind of still side with Sean then? Me personally, is because that money in question that at least Sean is speaking about publicly, because we only heard one side. The other side is welcome to speak out. Right? That $15,000 that was spoken about on MEO, that he was paid not to battle on RBE. I'm finding all of this out later on too. You know what I'm saying? That's not a battle booking. That's not my ongoing deal or term or nothing. That's just you hearing that I'm about to battle on RBE, and then you asking, well, how much is he about to give you? I'm about to give me a $15,000 deposit. Oh, no, don't. I don't want you to battle on RBE. Let me give it to you. It's no different than what Hollow's tweeting. It's no different than what people hearing about Cassidy. Cassidy's probably a little bit more legal situation because he had a real contract and all that type of stuff. But other people are getting paid without any terms, without any contract. It's just like, oh wait, I'm hearing something. Wait, take some money allegedly. How could I? Oh, and then after that, I have all these other battles. I still battle Real Sick. I still battle Hollow. I still battle Pat Stay. I still you know what I'm saying? I still have all these other battles. So what are you trying to say? Like, during this whole time, that $15,000 that you gave me allegedly, just to say, oh, wait, you got a call? Don't do it. That's not going through any of these battles that you have after? That's just going like this? Really? And that fit, like, why conveniently, if I have all these battles after that, why conveniently, when I'm saying I'm through, I'm done, now all of a sudden that 15 that you gave me not to battle on RBE allegedly, now it's about the terms of our agreement. Like, are we missing these pieces? So yeah, not only do you get your money from that event, right? Because you didn't announce, or you couldn't announce in that case, to be fair, because Jack got sick last minute, they say, right? But even still, if I had all these battles after, that 15 that you allegedly gave me not to battle on RBE, how is that being coordinated and worked in? Did you forget about it? Did you not care about it? Maybe you didn't care about it, or forget about it while I'm doing all these other battles, because it wasn't about this type of deal that we're on or we're trying to do anyway. It was about RBE. Like, this shit to me is not easy. It's not hard to put together. You know what I'm saying? So Math and Verb, you guys are right on that accord. And then that other piece that y'all are missing, y'all can't overlook. What was that 15 about? What was that $15,000 about? You got to ask that question. Was it a negotiation because at the same time, people is telling bloggers behind the scenes to go run their own narratives out once again because they're scared to speak for themselves. Oh no, no, no! Like he got a big amount of money up front, and then we paid him during the course of the year, right? We paid him during the course of the year, almost like a salary type of situation. Let's say you got a deal for $100,000, right? And every quarter of the year, you're getting 25 grand on that schedule, every quarter monthly, right? On that quarter of the month, right? Or that month of the quarter, right? Okay, cool. So what the fuck is that separate 15 about then? Just ask the questions, people. What is that 15 about then? So I know at times, Sean could seem a little riled up because that's his personality and everything. And sometimes people might have a more measured approach to trying to answer him through bloggers, right? And bloggers, you got to get it correct. Even though Sean might be a little bit riled up or whatever, the details are still there, and you can't overlook them. It's not fair to the man because once again, all these coincidences just show your ways. It's just another person getting fucked over. But Sean, you need to call a lawyer, man. Like, you have to call a lawyer, dude. Gotta call a lawyer. Like, I don't know if you have already, or if you spoke to one, you gotta call a lawyer. URL is not going to respect you until you call a lawyer. Like, remember earlier this year where you saw a post like URL signs Chef Trez and Old Red and Mac Myron seem to be on this rush all of a sudden, start grabbing people, right? Some of them, coincidentally, I guess, were very heavily affiliated with RBE at the time. I guess we can call that a coincidence. Mac Myron is a guy that says ARP is the first person that did XYZ for me, gave me this, did that for me. I fuck with him and blah, 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 blah. But, no different than when you went to Rosenberg Raw. You know what I'm saying? Fresh off of his ill will battle, like, oh no, fuck RBE. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? He's a RBE guy. And you're asking him not to battle on RBE under your terms. Like, it's so different. Old Red's one of my favorite battle rappers ever. And Old Red, everybody says it. The RBE Old Red is a different Old Red. Bloggers, you go watch old videos like on Champion, and people like predict upcoming battle like Anwar and Jay Black. They be like, yeah, but on RBE, Old Red it's like RBE and Old Red were like this, like, paired as far as what your expectations were. You know what I mean? And Chef Trez has a fallout with URL. He starts banging on RBE. I had nothing to do with his fallout with them. And he comes to another option and he starts flourishing again. And Trez has always been, but happens to be another person that gets approached, whether it's Rosenberg Raw, whether it's Mac Myron, whether it's Ill Will, whether it's Old Red. It's not coincidence, right? Like, I keep using that word because I hate naive people. Right? So cool. But earlier that year, when that post goes out that those guys were now under some type of deal with the URL, what did it also say? And I'm speaking to Sean right now. It also said any prior existing contracts will be honored. They're talking to me and me only, because I still had shit going on with Old Red. I still had shit going on with Chef Trez. That's why the Trez and show off battle still happened. That's why Old Red versus Active still happened. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have 5 lawyers standing next to me, that post doesn't say all prior contracts will be honored. And I don't think that the terms that you put and the pressure that you put for Old Red or Chef Trez and all that, I don't think that my battle still happened, because back in the day it wouldn't be like that. It'd be like, Verb, that iron shit gotta go, right? Are these not facts? Is it alleged or is these facts? Once upon a time, it's Verb, that battle gotta go, right? Fast forward, because I got these 5 lawyers standing next to me. It's like all contracts will be honored. You want to know why? Because now you got to tiptoe a little. You're still going to be you. You still do the shit that you do, like call Hollow and ask him for certain type of favors and shit. But now you got to tiptoe a little bit more. It's a different type of respect I got to have for trying to fuck this man over, because he's got lawyers standing right next to him now. And Sean, that's what you got to do. Sean, you got to call a lawyer. You got to call a lawyer, man. You have to call a lawyer if you have not already. Um, I threw Ill Will in there too. You know that Ill Will? Oh yeah, I'm just dropping a whole bunch of new shit for y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. You know that the week that battle, that Ill Will battle 40 Cal. Remember that was the week where both URL and RBE had events on the same weekend, same Saturday. Cool, it happens. It's all good. Even Avocado had to bounce back and forth between events real quick. Cool, it happens. Um, he even had that was the day of the launch of Caffeine, Twerk versus Geechee, big battle, big main event. Two of the new era kings over there. Let's see who's gonna win that. Yeah, Drake promoting it. He tweeted that tweet went crazy. Oh, Drake, oh, this is over. Caffeine is over. Everybody might as well go home. Pack it up. RBE. It's Drake, it's Caffeine, it's Twerk, it's Geechee main event. It's in Atlanta, the same city. All this shit. It's pack it up, go home, just retire, RBE. And even going as far, like you got all that going on. I'm the little fish in the pond at that time. And still, the week of that event, Ill Will gets a phone call. How can we get you back over here, allegedly, while also dumping your main event this Saturday? Wow. So you got all that shit in your favor, and you allegedly also try to get my main event on the card canceled. Wow, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie on Ill Will. Is that what you think I just did? Think I just made that up and put that on Ill Will's name? Well, I'm not as if he told me, but he's involved. So I wouldn't. I'm just gonna lie with my nigga Ill Will's name involved. All right, then I'm gonna do that. Wow. Wow. I got a lot of these. I'm gonna continue to roll these out. Well, some of these when they're relevant. But that's the nature. Versus now it's prior existing contract shall be honored. Sean called a lawyer. Sean called a lawyer. The respect changes. It has to change at that point. I got this last topic that I want to talk about. When interviewers or bloggers or fans say, URL like they're so up here because they don't answer nothing, they don't address nothing. You're gonna see ARP on this channel talking for an hour 45 minutes about this shit, right? URL, they're so big, they don't answer. Once again, you guys got to really understand the truth. First of all, when people say like these guys, they don't want to talk, they don't want to, that's not true. That's not true. That started when lawsuits started because you get yourself, you do so much, and there's so much evidence out there, so much going on. You get yourself in a position where you got to fall back, right? Because people didn't show that type of nature of, oh, we're so quiet. I mean, like, let's talk about like Beasley, for example. Beasley has Angry Fan Radio interviews dissing me. The guy with the wife beater on, blah blah blah, blog it or whatever. Yeah, take little petty shots at me. Angry Fan Radio. You don't forget, y'all forgot when Beasley goes on This Is 50, the show, when that was one of the biggest shows out, right? Or YouTube channels out. When he goes on This Is 50 and he's having a good old time dissing B Magic. He campaigned against B Magic. Wasn't he talking about making songs against D Magic and all that type of shit? You don't remember how much fun Beasley was having attacking B Magic? You don't remember? Y'all forgot that? You don't remember when he called Miss Gracie on Angry Fans Radio a coon? Said that she was cooning, right? Because of one of her opinions that she had. You don't remember when Eric Beasley was on Angry Fans Radio, dissing King of the Dot, saying that if black battlers don't battle over there, nobody will show up. Nobody will tune in. Nobody. It's all there. It's still on YouTube to this day. That guy used to love being out there and talking his shit the way that I talk my shit. Everybody knows Smack is a camera guy. Chico to me is the only person that gets credit for being discreet. That's the only one to paint like that. Everybody else, you're forced to be quiet now. You're forced. What are you gonna do? Let me ask you a real question. You're gonna get out there and say, we didn't try to block Ill Will's battle the week of, and then had me put out an edited blog with evidence in it. We didn't ask Hollow Don for a favor, and then something else happens behind. What are you gonna? So it's like when you know, like, what do you really want to come out and contest this type of shit, and then have somebody put evidence out on you? Because by doing that, you also damn near confirming your involvement, and then somebody puts the evidence out on you publicly, and it makes it worse. One of the reasons why I speak freely is because I really have all these facts to stand on, all the truth to stand on. Like, you got to start lying through the bloggers. That's what it is now. Or you need people to champion for you. You got to have Surf champion for you. You got to have, Ace champion for you. And this is what these people are supposed to do. That's your company over there. That's your people's. Cool. But gone are the days where you used to love getting on the internet and speaking for yourself, because now it's a different ball game. We got accusations in the air now. We got legal teams outside watching all this shit now. Gotta shut the fuck up, because we know 85+% of the shit that people are saying, we really did. You really did say that about King of the Dot. You really did call Miss Gracie a coon. You really did call Bill Collector a prostitute. You really did go on a campaign against B Magic. You really did get on stage and have your funny petty shot saying shout out to save St. Louis. So like, these people love talking. Interviews there is and blogs about these guys. But then when you start seeing the legal stuff going on in there's lawsuits, now it becomes like, yo, no, we don't talk. We gotta be careful. You see Beasley standing there while Smack is doing an interview, trying to filter and make sure that he doesn't say something that he shouldn't say right now. Game changed because you did all of this shit, and now you got lawsuits. So you got to feed that to somebody that's stupid. No, you're not so big that you don't talk. You right here with the rest of us. You right here with the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? It's just you did so much fuck shit, and you got caught so much with doing so much fuck shit, and there's so much evidence out there because this is a small fucking industry where everybody's sharing shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably out there online for a lot of this shit already anyway. The history is there, the facts are there, the evidence is there. Nah, it's smarter to shut the hell up now. But I know you guys boils your blood to not be outside speaking on everything the way you used to. I know it does. So that's not a narrative that I accept, because I watch the real. You just gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention. So save that for somebody that's stupid. Not me. Not me. UP Entertainment, I appreciate the super chat, homie. Darian, whole lot of colored rooms suddenly. Coincidence? Maybe probably not a coincidence. The blue room is the most popular thing in 2023. And that's probably something that somebody or people was waiting for me to address. And there's nothing to address. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody that was involved in setting up a blue room battle look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't own it. I don't have it trademarked, y'all. I don't. My man Reem told me to about a month ago. He said, trademark this shit. Get on your Deion Sanders shit. Start trademarking shit. He said, trademark, do you believe as well? My man Reem really told me to do that. It's not trademarked. I don't own it. I'm going to stand consistent. There's nothing new under the sun. It's not what you do. It's how it's done. Right? Nas lost tape shit. So whether you do a blue room, a green room, a yellow room, if it's something that's popular now, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So just do it in a dope fashion and everybody could enjoy it. But y'all not gonna put a battery in my back and instigate me to get out here now and be upset. I didn't start battle rap. None of these leagues that's here started battle rap. I didn't start colored lighting. So I'm not the first person ever to do colored light or colored environment. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not just the coloring of it. It does set a certain mood. Verb spoke about that. Like, it erases things that matter outside of the battle rapping, like the coloring now neutralizes things. The mood gives a different vibe. The actual space that we put it in, that white backdrop and that room capacity is the perfect capacity as far as crowd size. Perfect capacity size. You know what I'm saying? You add the Ruin Your Day production element to it. You add RBE's creativity and marketing to it and matchmaking to it. There's a formula to making the blue room what it is. It's not what you do, it's how it's done. That's what's important. So whether 20 more people do a blue room, do it dope. That's all. So if y'all was expecting me to get online whenever he gets back on camera and expect something different. Nah. Shout out to anybody that was involved in that idea. Marvelous versus Muggy today. RBE intake. Intakes are still going down. We spoke about that. Hampton VA. Pull up. Fly Nation TV. What are your top 5 TV shows? I would struggle to try to create them right now. But you know what? I'll do it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is The Wire. The 5 seasons of The Wire. That's my number one piece of TV of all time across everything. I don't care if you're talking sitcoms. I don't care if you're talking stand-up comedy. I don't care if you're talking TV series. I don't care if you're talking documentaries. I don't care if you're talking movies, cartoons, anime. I don't care. Put it all in one bucket. Everything that is consumed as visual entertainment, and you say pick one out. I'm picking The Wire. That's how I'm one of those Wire guys for real. So Midlife Tyson, ARP, you should get in touch with Glue Easy for Froze. Nah, never will happen. Not interested in that battle. Once upon a time I was. No disrespect to Glue Easy. Shout out to Glue Easy. I haven't even spoke to him. I haven't seen him around in years, to be honest. But I was interested in that battle when people cared about it. And Glue Easy, he was at that time one of those guys that was under that mind warping of I should be loyal to a league. And I thought it was all due respect, Louise. I thought it was hilarious when he started having like interviews saying like, yo, they're booking me in a way where you can't have my best interests in mind. Like you booked me a couple weeks before and then I choke. And then after that, you put me to the back of the line. He started having all these complaints about how he was being managed and handled. Typical. A lot of battlers feel this way. Right. And I thought it was hilarious that somebody could be in that type of position and still be, being cautious of taking the battle that people at that time wanted to see because you're so worried about stepping out on URL. I just thought it was, if I say the word weak, people are going to think I'm speaking down on Glue. I'm not. I'm just trying to get you to understand the point that I'm making and how I perceived it. And after that, I told Raw, I was just like, I'll never try to do that battle ever. And then fast forward, it's not like the man kept, and then you see like, oh, it didn't. It's like you should have expanded and you should have never had that mentality or fell under that warping because all those interviews of you complaining now shows that you had good opportunities and you always should have had a different perspective on managing yourself. And I think a lot of battlers need to learn that and hear that. So no interest in that battle ever. But I'll watch it if it happened. Rabbit hole knowledge. Game of Thrones has equal level writing. Must see. That's the one I'm going to do next. That's what I'm going to do next. You just reminded me. Okay. Game of Thrones. I'm on it. What's good, homie? Oh, we got a new member in the building. Y'all know this, man. He was instrumental in helping a lot of big battles and events happen on King of the Dot. Shout out to King of the Dot. This man is a piece of battle rap history. No way around that. Everybody salute this man. Pappy became a new member. Appreciate you. Shout out to all the members. Grand finale. You can't copy the Blue Room. Y'all instigating me, man. I just answered that. I appreciate y'all. OG, appreciate the super ARP. Are we gonna bring Gotti to RBE? You never know. You never know. Shout out to Gotti. I feel like people still want to see Gotti versus Hitman. Gotti versus. You just never know. You never know what the future holds. So shout out to Geechee. He's going crazy. He's having a good year for himself. Yeah, I'm Quadre. Appreciate all your work over the years. You know what I'm saying? You've done a lot for us. Dope graphics and pictures and whatnot you made for us. And you are now an RBE channel member. I appreciate you, homie. Shout out to you. All right. Did I cover everything that y'all wanted to hear me talk about when I have my next live? Did I cover everything? I guess one thing that I could say, EJ, what you talk about? I keep telling people they are concerned with how they look. I might have missed that earlier, what that was about. I could add this real quick. I did see some of Easy's live, and then I saw Rosenberg's live. Damn, this shit is scrolling forever. It sucks that y'all not doing that podcast. That's pretty much all I want to say. It really sucks that y'all are not doing that podcast. Shout out to Easy and shout out to Raw. It's either going to be one of those, it is what it is, or damn, like it's a dope podcast that you guys were building. Cashmere Black. What's your favorite season of The Wire? So season one, kicking off with the streets, introduces the how everything even kicks off in the first place, starts to develop the agents, the cops, develop some of the street corner boys. You got the pit. I think the towers came in. Yeah, the towers came in season one as well because he got demoted from the towers to the pit after catching that early case from the shooting in the lobby and all that type of shit. Season one introduces that, kind of brings you to the streets first, and also into law enforcement. Dope. Season two really, really opens up, you know, how the big element of trafficking and import export, the docks that came in. There's a lot of politics in that as well. You see the politics that started out over that beef over the fucking spot in the church, the mirror that was going to go up in the church, or the stained glass piece that was going to go up in the church. Politics was crazy in that too. But the Greek coming in and introducing that import export, even with the prostitutes, come like that's just huge, man. It's huge to show. Can't just show like, oh, these guys just peddling $5 and $10 bags of crack in a pit. You know, showing that conversion in and all that type of shit. And Sabaka's character was crazy too. A union man that was really for his people, but still doing a lot of backdoor shit, trying to get that trench dug out or whatever, so the machines didn't take over and more boats could be coming through to up the. It was just season two is like, some people think it's the low point of the entire Wire. To me, I just done so much knowledge on season two. It's stellar. Season three. Oh man, it could be season three because season three did the free zones. Whew. The free zones and brings in more street element, right? You got Brother Muzone ramping up. You got the death of Stringer. You got a lot of politics. Did politics start in season three with the mayoral run as well? I forget. Is that when like Carcetti and shit came in? Um, but that whole free zone was like one of the biggest elements of season three. But there's so much going on. It's so stellar, right? And it's just beautiful. Season four, school systems. Very important to show how some of these communities um continue to be hindered just simply by our surroundings and where we come up, how we come up, some of our opportunities. Got kids in class getting slashed. You got the separation into like the bad classes where there's less learning, less opportunity. It's just the school system showing, how some of these kids out there in the streets are not aided properly. That's why you know, the most expensive real estate follows the school rankings and school systems. If you go online, like let's say you're shopping for a crib and you're trying to see where you want to live. Most people, when they're shopping for a crib, they want to live somewhere that has low crime, right? If you go on the internet and you start doing research for like neighborhoods that you want, let's say you're moving to Virginia, you've never been to Virginia before, and you don't really know all the areas like that. And you say, all right, show me where all the less crime is at. That's probably going to be good real estate, good people, good living, good quality around you, from the stores, from the retail to the everything. It's more pricey, but of course, the style of living is elevated. If you try to do that based on just crime, you will fail, right? You could try to pull up how many murders in this zip code per year, how many burglaries, how many assaults in this zip code for year, and all that type of shit. You're gonna get a good perspective, but once you start shopping for them homes based on that, you're gonna land in a lot of still shitty areas, and you're gonna be confused as fuck. All these crime stats are good, yet I feel like I'm still driving through the hood to this next address that I'm checking out. Why is that? The moment that you say, let me search for my homes and my neighborhoods based on school ratings, you're gold. You're off and running. I'm telling you. School ratings. You start finding schools that's rated like eights are of course great, but like nines and tens, everything in those areas, the supermarkets, the retail. You're not gonna find any fucking check cashing places in those zip codes. You know what I'm saying? Those 9 and 10 rated school zip codes, they tend to be, where people strive to go towards. And I'm saying all that, just talking about season 4, The Wire, them school systems, man, and them areas of how them kids is coming up, man. It's tough. Some of us never survive those elements, those surroundings. We come up as the norms of just like I went to Port Richmond. I think the last time I pulled up Port Richmond on Zillow, it was a 2. I'm gonna try to pull it up right now. Um, that's my hometown. That's my stomping grounds. Um, that's where I'm from. That's where I graduated. If I just pull up Port Richmond, let me see. Is it gonna come up? But anyway, I don't want to sit here and take forever on that. Last time I pulled up my old high school on Zillow and shit, it was rated like a 2. I was just like, damn. I didn't know that was the rating of my 2 or was that bad when I was there because everything just becomes your norms. It just be like regular shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you really look back at certain things from the surroundings, the stores, the quality of life, the temperament, the pace, the energy, the vibe, it's not conducive of growing towards your best. It's not conducive of creating somebody maxed out towards their best potential. It's not. And your environment is so much of you because you just grow up in it. You know how I always respected when Gilly the Kid said, people brag about growing up in the projects. But if you grew up in the projects, all that means is that your parents was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, your parents wouldn't live in the projects unless they had to be there. And they wouldn't damn sure wouldn't raise you in the projects unless nobody hits the lottery and stays in the projects. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody strives to get there, but when you come up in these places, it's your norms. And that within itself confines your thoughts, sometimes your abilities. That's why when people come across certain people that change their mind state. Some people look at even a coach. You can go to a shitty school, but like your basketball coach who has wisdom, who's going through shit or whatever, teaches you things and shows you things. Like people like they look at those people forever for life. Like, yo, you was a part of my mentality change, my growth. One thing that grew me early was traveling. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like living in Miami every fucking year. And then my man Reem was like, man, go get a passport, man. We going out the country. When I left the country and I started to see how other people live and different experiences, it opened up my mind. It changed a lot about me. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one thing. And then as you continue to move up, even in these different zip codes, it changes you. You see that clip when I'm going off right now because you asked me this Wire question. I want season 4, y'all. You see that clip when Jay-Z said, people say money changed you as if you made all that money to stay the same. You put in all that work to stay the same. That's such a classic mentality and statement. You know what I'm saying? Like money obviously isn't the most important thing in this world. Your family, your time, like that, those are all more important than money. But what you can do with money to enhance your time here or to enhance your family and create certain opportunities is fucking key. So when you do get those opportunities to see different neighborhoods, live in different places, travel, see the world, put your kids in more elevated school systems. Some of these schools you walk into, man, it's like it'll wear on you. Like you walk in there and the fathers is dressed like they fresh off a fucking either a business conference or a fucking golfing trip. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, I'm the only person in here with my fucking jeans hanging off my ass. I feel weird. I'm the only person in the supermarket walking around on my cell phone screaming. Was this loud ass conversation? Everybody's in here all tranquil and calm and chill. It'll change you a little bit. It's like, yo, the environment is supposed to be indicative of where you want to be. And like Jay said, you don't make all that money to stay the same. You're gonna have crabs in the barrel that would want you to stay the same you from birth to death. But what did you really accomplish if you stayed the same from birth to death? Think about that. And then moving on. Last season, season 5 is the media. How big the media plays in the way all this shit rotates between politics, between the stat games that was being played, between crime, all types of manipulation, the news element in season 5. So it's not easy to pick a favorite season of The Wire. If I had to, if you forced me to, you can't. Fuck it. It's just that good. Can't, man. The Wire is too deep, man. There's just too much there. That's the writing of it is too perfect, man. It's really the rewind and find is more to find show. It's crazy. What was the last ones that came in? My bad, child. My bad. My bad. I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure what people's trying to allude to is stuff that's going on, and anything that's wild or whatever. I'm trying to be clear of. So y'all, please try to leave me out of certain stuff, man. Like especially if I don't know. Y'all be bringing sometimes stuff over here that be wild. Sometimes it's others. I don't know. I don't know what y'all be bringing over here sometimes. Big Ski, you should have sent Young Ill to your dentist. Yo. So let me show y'all something. This might be nasty, but I don't give a fuck. I saw a comment that said ARP got fake teeth. I'm fucking lame for addressing this. I'm gonna show y'all something. Earlier this year, I tried to be transparent with y'all and take y'all through the journey and just share knowledge. I said that I got Invisalign, right? When I was like in 4th or 5th grade, I got braces. Moms took care of me. I said this on the channel before. So I had real good and straight teeth almost my whole life. But I'm getting older and my teeth started to shift again. My bite in the back of my mouth was a little, my teeth was kind of pushing towards the front a little bit. So because I already had good teeth and I just wanted like some small adjustments, I got Invisalign. Invisalign, you swap out every week, right? They give you trays, you put them in, and then it's like the next level of where it's trying to push your teeth back towards your goals, whatever you're telling the dentist of where you want to get to, right? Sometimes they're different. So as you go through these changes, you'll have a lisp. Like right now, I got a little bit of a lisp. I had one in like a week ago or two. It felt like I was gonna drool on my fucking self. And I will show y'all, all right? I will show y'all because all this fake teeth shit really is a compliment. And I'm swishing because I don't want the fucking spit to drag out. Let me show y'all. What's the angle that'll show y'all? This side. Mm-hmm. All right. Invisalign, people. Invisalign. All right. You see my teeth? I real teeth. Real regular fucking teeth. All right. Nobody with fake teeth is gonna put their fucking smile in the camera and take out their Invisalign. Okay. So now that shit is done forever. I snort coke too. Like I've had a couple over the years. I just like sometimes it's like so outlandish that I could even hear the way I'm talking different right now, but it's so outlandish. Like I laugh, I have fun with it. One of my favorite haymakers against me ever is Ill Will shit. Coke So White. ARP was like, damn, what y'all got over there? It's one of my favorite ARP shot haymakers ever. That shit was wicked. You dropped the building with that shit. This fake teeth thing, I think because I've said a couple things in some of my lives about like having a list, but like, oh, like, damn, this right now is fucking with me. I think, or maybe I even said that on Hip Hop Is Real. in my recent shit that was my last joint that was on hip hop is real. I said that while I was sitting down with knowledge too. And I think what happened is there's no context of people that watched lives early this year or that particular video that I did when I was talking about, hey y'all, I'm getting Invisalign. I'm gonna walk y'all with me so y'all know whether it's a good product to fuck with or not in case you want to do like some minor adjustments versus getting braces, right? I'm trying to give y'all shit that might help you. You know what I'm saying? So Invisalign, people. I got real, regular, beautiful fucking teeth. All right. Fucking haters. All right. And I'm lame for going that deep with it, but that's what Invisalign is. It's the clear shit if you have those type of adjustments. And versus I'm never gonna have braces again because I already had good teeth and I did that when I was a kid. So all right. But yeah, that's a compliment when people be like, yo, ARP got I'm like, damn, my teeth are that decent where people think they're fake. And it's like you're gonna tell her if I saw a woman or like the baddest shape ever, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, your ass and your titties and your hips, all that, your thigh, all that is fat and just and fake and plastic and you fake. And she was natural 100%. She probably take that as a compliment. Like, word, my body is so crazy. You think I got a fake body? The score, PSG. Did you talk about dog losing champion of the year? The dog losing champion of the year. First of all, champion of the year hasn't been voted yet. Second, as far as I know, Big K is the front runner. I don't know nothing about that. Why would people be saying that? The dog strikes again. What are you talking about? Court hearing. You said his case was done. I said his case was done. I don't know. I don't know Chris's case. I've been seeing comments of this recently, and I always answer all my super chats. And I know that y'all see him here. So if I don't, they're gonna be like, oh, he's ducking this or whatever. Is this something that y'all are trying to tell me that I'm out the loop on or something? Like, I mean, obviously you are. I'm not playing stupid, but like, I really don't know what's up. I really don't know those details or any of that. It sounds like y'all are dying for me to go find out something or hear about something or whatever. Okay, cool. I will. I'll make a phone call. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Chad L. K. Shine should hire a top music attorney. They're really good. They're a really good firm for artists. Okay, shout out to top music attorneys. There's a lot of good attorneys out there. A million. What's some books you've read to help develop self-help for business, life, etc.? I'll be honest. I'm not a big reader like that. Buddha, the MC. People actually have given me books that got them sitting on my shelf. You know what I'm saying? I think that started in school for me. Like I don't do novels. You know, some people that they always say like a novel to a movie is better than the actual movie, and I it's because there's more room for detail versus trying to condense something into like a 90-minute movie. So I definitely understand that. But I've never been into novels. I've never been into novels, and my learning over the years has come more from experience and sharing knowledge with people than it's come from, I guess, reading on specific topics. Like I don't pick up a how to buy homes book. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just doing it. You know what I mean? So but that's not to say that's not a good thing. So I definitely encourage good reading. But that's never really been, how I consumed a lot of the information and experience that I have right now from from books, so to speak. But they are a good tool. So I don't want to come off the wrong way. Well, my bad. I apologize. Unless they make invisible. Yo, Big Ski. Shout out to Young Ill. I'm not jumping into no shots at my homie Young Ill. We're not doing that. I'm glad I'm glad y'all could leave me alone the fuck now. All right. So don't do this ARP's fake teeth now. So that part of the video, I guess you could reference people there forever now. Anybody's like, oh yeah, ARP, fake teeth. Cool. All right. Now some of the fans will stick up and be like, nah, he did a lie where his nasty ass pulled his Invisalign out. Oh shit. All right. Need 2.25 in. Any ladies in the building? Any ladies in the building? Battle rap queendom. Y'all listening and comprehension skills low. He is addressing a super chat question. Battle rap queendom picture looking kind of alright there. Who else is in? Hold on, what it's called? Elaboration. Hey, I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else. Appreciate you being in the building, love. I'm looking for the ladies. Ladies in here. Any ladies in here? Gotta shout out the ladies. That's a problem with battle rap, man. It's too many niggas. Be all fucking a lot of these people. I don't know if your name is a woman or not. Too many fucking niggas in battle rap. Where the ladies at? I daydream. Oh my god. What did I do that made you, or what did somebody do that made you put that? My Invisalign? I daydream has a cute picture as well. Shout out to I daydream. Any other cute ladies in the building? Any other cute ladies in the building? Any other beautiful women in the building? So this is a cartoon. Oh no, that's not a cartoon. Coco Monroe. I hated Invisalign. I went traditional. What's traditional? Um, if I had to tell people advisory go Invisalign or not, I would say yes. They sold me on the corrections that I wanted to do was so minor that I would be doing 3 months worth. I was talking about this shit earlier this fucking year, and I think I got like another 3 weeks left. So they're gonna tell you you're gonna be fast. If you're gonna do Invisalign, brace yourself, brace yourself of doing anywhere from 6 to 12 months. The downside to Invisalign is some of them, some trays that you're gonna go through is gonna give you a fucking lisp. It's gonna piss you off. Also, as your teeth are moving and your bite is changing, sometimes your teeth are going to be aligned in places where it's not the end goal, but you're going through this transition, and some of your teeth are going to be clashing until you get to the next tray or the next two trays, the next three. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be trying to chew something, and maybe your front teeth are clash or some shit like that. You're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to enjoy eating, and fully until the shit is done. And then the third thing that sucks about Invisalign is you always just got to take them out and clean them every time you eat. So if you go out to dinner, you know what I'm saying? Like, be prepared before you eat or whatever. You got to go to the bathroom, get you a napkin, to rinse them out, put them in your pocket or whatever. One time I was at a fucking restaurant and I had a new tray that I was going to like the next day or some shit. I put them shits in a napkin. I put them on the table, and the waiter took it on accident. Well, it was really my fault because I guess it looked like and I didn't notice when he took it. Like, oh, he threw all my shit out. So I switched anyway. But the reason why that's annoying is because they tell you don't go too long with them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, try not to go like 20, 30 minutes with them out because your teeth move so fast, right? So it's not like you're like, I got dinner tonight, so I'm gonna leave my Invisalign home and I'm gonna go to the restaurant and come back and I'm gonna put them back in. You're not supposed to move like that. So that's just annoying. The in and out of this shit's every time you fucking eating. But you get used to it. You get used to it. What other ladies is in the building? Tiffany's in the building. It's just the picture for me is too small, so I can't really see. I'm gonna assume Tiffany a cutie though. And I appreciate I hope they for me. Hope there wasn't for nobody else in the chat. Y'all get your own fucking lives if you want to get emojis, all right? Hope that was for me. People said you got veneers as a compliment though. Yeah, that's all I was saying too. Appreciate you. He said you're gonna make a phone call for all you lawyers and beggars in the chat. Yeah, I did. Probably as soon as I get off this live, I'm gonna make a phone call and say, like, why am I being asked this, man? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Let's see, y'all. Thank you, Tiff. I appreciate that. You see, that's what happens. It be niggas that be having fun and playing their jokes and hating and shit. And then the ladies be like, oh, nah, you know what I'm saying? So you send a couple ladies my way. So y'all niggas keep talking y'all shit. I appreciate y'all. I'm chilling, homie. Appreciate you. All right, so we found a couple beautiful ladies. Oh, Mr. Lissa J is in the building. What's up, love? How you been? We are just listening, LOL. We got some beautiful ladies in here with us. Once again, we don't get enough fucking women in battle rap. I hate when I go to an event I look at all these niggas, man. Where the fuck the women battle rap been like that? Sincerely, Tiff Marie said, "We here. Thank you, love. Yes, ladies, come around, man. Come around. Be careful of the thirsty niggas, but huh? Don't shout me out. You don't like what? You don't know me very well. If you say, well, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me chill. Let me chill out. This is because I'm a black woman. I don't give a fuck. I daydream. I assume you talk about the same thing, love. I obviously said what I said. I'm gonna make a phone call when I get out of here and catch up to speed with what y'all talking about. Seems like there's a lot of people that joined in here and want me to catch up to speed on something. Okay, cool. Will do. Promise. ARP, shout out that K Shao. Damn, y'all all right. Y'all are going off. All right. I swear to God, I'm gonna make a fucking phone call. Tiff, appreciate once again, we here. Be careful with your emojis, love. Be careful. Be careful. Brian Winslow, there will be Invisalign ARP battle bars. That's what's up. That's cool. I got the Target tees. I got the you could do the Invisalign. Have you slurring on your speech like ARP's Invisalign? I don't know. What is some corny shit like that? That's what's up. If Invisalign it could be turned into a good bar, do your thing. I appreciate the live. I'm about to knock out. Yeah, me too. It's still morning time. But yeah, Treehouse, that's what it be. So that's why I'm showing a lady some love right now. I want to go to an event, but I'm never in ATL when y'all there. We in Hampton VA today. I don't know where you at, love. Hampton VA today is the intake 4 going down. The second day of it. ARP out of pocket. What I do? What I do, man? What I do? 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 Succinctly says, wow, and she's a member. I, I don't want to get redundant and start pulling up the same 6 ladies. All right. But yeah, we gotta turn that 6 into 12 and then that 12 into 24 and so forth and so on as we go. Hopefully, some of these niggas out of here and get some of these ladies in here, man. I'm tired of y'all niggas. And niggas be doing too much weird shit, man. All right, this is the last one here. Will we see Easy and K and Will Will W secure champion of the year? Oh man, y'all gonna think I'm hating. I think Easy was slightly knocked a little bit down for champion of the year. He's having an amazing year, but what happens when you have to nitpick at creating separation? That Geechee battle is going to be something that people talk about, and it was one of the most important matchups in battle rap this year. Because Geechee and Easy are like the 2 new class kings right now. It was kind of like why Twerk versus Geechee was important a couple years ago. So it was such an important battle. And the consensus has Geechee winning. So that's a big blow for Easy. He may be able to overcome that, especially if he battles Big K and beats him before the year is over. And you can't really turn down the fade tactically. That would be whack for Big K to do. But tactically, it could be smart to say, let me get my champion of the year bag and battle Easy in January. You know what I'm saying? And then try to catch that dub. But at that point, it would be better for Easy because that's the way Easy could jump back in front by beating Big K. But I think K, after the Easy and Geechee battle, K gets a little bit of separation on Easy to the point where I think now it's Geechee that's trying to jump in with K. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's happening. I still think K is your front runner. There's still some of the year left, though. You just never know if Geechee or K or even Easy does something that's real impactful last minute. It's possible, man. Like I'm never gonna hate on anybody. Like Geechee wins, I'm gonna support it. If Easy wins, I'm gonna support it. Of course, I'm back in Big K. You know what I'm saying? Like what do we? We're not lying about this shit. But that's how I feel about it currently. So I don't think that there's a decision that's yet to be made. Are y'all not gonna let me get out of here? Most women don't want to stand that long or be the only woman in venues. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Um, it's no different than like a club, man. You pull up on a club, and if you look at the line or you look outside, you see all these gorgeous women in their heels, looking beautiful, walking like stallions and all that. By the time you get like 3 hours inside, you see them same women, they got flats on. You know what I'm saying? They bring a change to them heels is in her bag now, and them fucking flats is on her fucking feet. You know what I mean? It's like it's just part of it. You know what I mean? So the standard thing, especially for women that wear heels, I get it. If you're not wearing heels though, you know what I'm saying? I gotta neutral that out. I'm like, shit, man gotta stand the same way a woman gotta stand. I mean, you know what I mean? Y'all women in the gym, y'all work out. You want me to treat you weak like you can't stand up? No, I ain't gonna do that. We're gonna neutral this out, right? But I do understand the element of sometimes, a woman's apparel and the way they dress and the way they all that is different from a man that don't dress as comfortable as men. You know what I'm saying? So, because that's what we want to see anyway, right? You want to see the women. Like, you ever see a woman, and you know what I'm saying, that's going out and she looks like she could barely walk in like her legs could barely even make it, for in a full step because of how tight her dress is, or because how short her dress is and shit. And then you factor in the heels and all that, and you got the hair. Like they don't step out as comfortable as men. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not complaining because I love to see a beautiful woman doing her thing and whatever her presentation is. If she's throwing that shit on and she's all curved up, or she got her stallion walk going, or she likes to wear heels, or she likes to wear a short dress, or her tights are so crazy that she could barely take a full step or whatever. you know we're still visual creatures, you know what I'm saying? So let's not lie to ourselves. But yeah, battle rap has always had that fucking struggle of comfort, events being long, 7, 8, 9 hour events and hour long events and shit. So it sucks. But I don't blame the standing on more women being there. I blame the nature of battle rap. It's a more testosterone, aggressive nature sport culture, or whatever you want to define it as. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got women dying to hear about how niggas gonna tear their opponent's head off. Like, women's not flocking to that. They're gonna flock to the Drake concert and stand with him for fucking 5 hours because he's singing to them and shit. You see, ain't nobody complaining about standing in, right? So you gotta think about it realistically, not just the standing element. I see women go to certain concerts and shows all the time and stand faithfully for hours. It's the content. It's the energy. It's more of a manly energy, and I could prove it because if I go on my YouTube analytics, 90+% of the viewership is male. You don't have to stand to watch YouTube. You see what I'm saying? So battle rap appeals more to men than it does to women. So even the women that do come out, they're the minority. That's the facts right there. I appreciate the love you showed me at Max Out. I'm trying to cover a brick event. You got some killers and they're hungry. I appreciate that, my battle facts. Thank you for coming out and supporting as well. I always try to do that. People that show us love, I try to return that best possible way I can. Um, but yeah, please cover the bricks, man. They over there doing their thing. How does it feel to be the GOAT ARP? I appreciate that, Brandon. Um, you never can call yourself the GOAT. I get a lot of GOAT emojis, a lot of people telling me that. I meet people, they say that to me, and it's an honor. I never think in any category that there's one GOAT. Whether you're talking about league owners, bloggers, battlers, I think there's multiple. You know what I'm saying? There's people that have just done so much in certain areas where, they've earned certain classifications. And I accept mines with honor.
because we put in the work, but I appreciate the response and how y'all really have held us down over the years. So this time I'm really getting out of here. 2 hours, 30 minutes live. This could be my longest live ever. All right. I'm feeling better too. So I'm gonna finish off the rest of this water. I'm gonna go try to get in the gym. All right, y'all. We talked a lot of shit. Rewind and find, there's more to find. I'll catch up with y'all in a second.